Let's go ahead and get through the basics. We got my man Breadwinner Ruger. If you guys don't know, he has a new channel turning out pretty dope. You need to go give him a like, give him a comment, give him a subscribe, share those videos, show him some love. You guys know how it goes. My man Ronnie Blue Eyes, go ahead and give him the same deal. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, show that love. We got my man Jimbo. He's got a good little podcast channel. If you don't know, then you need to know. So that means you need to go and check it out. Give him a like, comment, subscribe, and follow. Jay Militant also has a dope channel. Go ahead, give that a like, comment, subscribe. Get him subbed up. Let's go. G Dirt, like always, has dope ass content. It's got a dope ass clothing line. Y'all want to stay fresh and fit? Haha. Give him a like, give him a comment, give him a follow, and a subscribe. Mr. Diddy, right here, right now. Go over there, give him a like, give him a follow, give him a comment, and a subscribe. Show him that love. And if you guys don't know who Vegas Prison Stories is, then you need to go find out. And you need to give him a follow, give him a sub, give him a like, comment, share the videos. Coffee. OG in the building right here. Jay Coffee Talk has been around for a while. He's got great content, consistent, and has great videos. So you need to give him a like, give him a follow, give him a subscribe. He also has another channel called Coffee Has Got the Keys. Give him a like, give him a follow, give him a subscribe. New Age Plug. Man, we are just full of content creators in here. Let's go. You need to give him a like, give him a follow, give him a subscribe as well. He makes dope ass content. It's very consistent. Bigfoot. I do believe you have a channel. But even if you don't, fuck it. Give him a follow. Give him a subscribe, I mean. But I'm pretty sure he does. So give him a like, give him a follow, give him a subscribe. Show him that love. So what we got here. You see the Trade, the Truth, or whatever his name is, Jumping Zero, New Age. Nope, I ain't seen that. I know you're talking to New Age, but no, I haven't seen that either. That's your lane, bro. Go get that story. Wasn't too bad. TMZ caught them jumping him. Breadwinner, what's up, everybody? Yeah, Bigfoot, you like that, bro? I wasn't sure because I'm pretty sure that you had a channel. You have a channel. I'm pretty sure I subbed to it, but yeah, you guys know what time it is. Let's go. Yes, Ronnie Blue Eyes, which we're going to be getting an interview in very soon. Very, very soon with Ronnie. Yes. Also want to do an interview with Breadwinner as well. So, Breadwinner, if you're hearing that, which I know you are, y'all get at me. Let's get this cracking. But yeah, so the topic at hand, Florida. Now, don't get me wrong. These dudes do not represent Florida in a whole. There's a lot of solid motherfuckers out in Florida. There's a lot of real G's out in Florida. There's a lot of people that make real moves out in Florida. But stop letting these motherfuckers right here pretty much represent you. You know what I mean? Nothing good has been coming out of Florida, YouTube-wise, except for New Age Plug. You know, I mean, if there's some other small channels that I haven't mentioned and you guys are watching and you're like, oh, no, he didn't. Well, then fuck. Pop up in here. Let me know. Let me know so we can go check you out. You know what I mean? New Age actually just bought a shirt for his son from G Dirt. Looks dope as hell. Y'all need to go check that shit out. Hell yeah, Breadwinner. We'll set that up. Look at who we got here. Blue Collar Vet TV. I don't even think you've dropped content yet, bro, but you do have a channel. So go give them a follow. Can't really like anything yet, but, you know, give it a subscribe. Put pressure on him to start making his content. Let's go. And for all of you that don't know, that is Real Life No Gimmicks. He has a lot of fans. He's got a lot of haters, but he has more fans than he does haters. So go ahead, sub up. Oh, okay, Bigfoot. I wasn't sure, but I could have sworn I thought I heard you say yesterday you had a channel, so I wasn't too sure. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. Oh, how could I forget? I should have put suck a dick for free, but he ain't making no moves in the YouTube streets. He has been at the same sub count for fucking 9.5 years. Like it hasn't gone up and it hasn't gone down. And if you are watching this suck a dick for free, we know that your homeboy is not the one that gave you that channel that you supposedly said he came through in the clutch. If anybody who's been in here for a long time fucking with me, then you know what I'm talking about because it is connected to your old YouTube, you goofy ass lying fuck. Anyways, but yes. Hey, you already know New Age. You my boy, dog. Always shout you guys out, man. He is the Greek Norteño mafioso. he is. He is. That dude, man, he is something else. I do miss making fun of him. It's just so easy. You guys remember the one time when he tried to make that video telling that story and he was trying to be all tough and he didn't have his shirt on? And it literally looked like he had just got done eating an all-you-can-eat buffet contest and won. You guys remember that? Fucking dork. But yeah. Yeah, hey, hit that like button. And if also you're new, we're going to get into the content here in a second. I mean, what we're talking about. But if you're new, go ahead, give me a sub. Need to get those watch hours up. We're almost there. Technically, I have 8,000, but it had to start over. So about 300 shy. So if you guys don't know, go watch some of them old videos I got. I even changed some of the names, some of the, I'm going to be, some of them are kind of cringe because I was trying to find my place and how I like to talk on camera, etc. So you'll see me being kind of like a goofball, but I was trying to stand out, trying to do something funny. But who gives a shit? Go ahead and watch that shit anyways. Hell yeah. Much love, bro. You already know. Sorry I didn't text you back, bro. I just realized that you texted me a little while ago and I didn't even text you back. My bad, bro. Yeah, let's go. Starting to storm out here. Let's go. YouTube streets on fire. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. He's mod on New Age channel. That's why I said that. Wait, what? Who's a mod? Who's a mod on New Age's channel? Not suck a dick for free. Scandalous squad, I salute. But yeah. Oh no, New Age. One of my, I hate to say it, but he's kind of like my arch nemesis. He's like the little brother that you pick on and just beat up all the time. But anyways, hey, yeah, let's get into this real quick. So yeah, Florida. I'm trying to let you guys know. Now I know some people are gonna give me shit when they listen to the live and they're like, yeah, but what about 1090J? He fucking has a dope ass channel. He's coming out. Yeah, he does. He has a good channel. If you like that type of content, if you like what he's about, of course. He still does goofy ass shit. Like when he tried to lie about how much time he did. Don't lie about that. Just be straight up. It don't matter if you did a year, 10 years, 15 years. Just be straight. You know what I mean? I think that everybody fucking, you know what I mean? I think everybody has a story to tell. It doesn't matter how much time you did. Is your story going to be as long as others? Probably not. I have more stories of people that I knew in prison or stories or whatever than I actually seen was involved in. And that's just mainly because I was 23-1 the whole time. So, you know, my what I got to see was limited. You know what I mean? Uh but I know a lot of killers. Even know a couple celebrity type killers that I know personally and I played chess with, that I fucking drank coffee with, you know, shit like that. So that's my point on 1090J. Other than that, I mean, you know, people don't like that they're calling him a culture vulture, whatever. He's just doing it pretty good. And he happens to be white. People don't really like that. It is what it is. Moving on to the next one. K-Frog. K-Frog, he makes good content. I'm not going to take that from him. But he's done goofy ass shit. You know, if y'all remember fucking J-Rock Talks a Lot, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. There was that situation. He's got a couple other situations. Okay. Then we go to the infamous Pino. I like to, his new name for me is the Pompano Rat. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of fitting. But we all know that he had the goofiest moment on YouTube to this day, I think. In my opinion, what the fuck is it came from? In my opinion, that he has the goofiest, the biggest YouTube blooper, if you will. Cause that shit was embarrassing for anybody. I remember a time when he used to comment and tell me, well, if I'm a snitch or I'm a rat, then why don't you show me a video? Well, I mean, obviously I didn't do it. 1090 Jake did. So that kind of shut that down. And now we have the new Goofy. Old Pooh Butt the Neutron. What a fucking weenie. That dude was talking so much mess all the time. Came on to my other channel. I don't think he realized that I have another channel. You know, he was saying some stupid shit because he's a fucking nerd. That dude has a set of Will Smith ears. Like, holy shit. And then I seen another picture that I didn't post because I think the ear one was funnier. But this motherfucker, god damn. It was like he's in the middle of a balding process in the front. His hair was looking super thin, about 2 inches up. I ain't got nothing about, you know, I don't have bald phobia. But hey man, shave that shit, bro. Let it go. Let it go, because apparently your hair is trying to let go of your face. So you need to do the same, show the same respect, work in coordinates with your body. Shave that shit, bro. Get some plastic surgery on those ears, too. And it's windy in Florida, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that dude will fucking take off like a kite. Catch the fucking wind in the right angle, don't play. That motherfucker. Hey, Jack Martin, this is my guy. Hey. What's up, motherfucker? Hey, I need to hit you up, bro. I'm going to get you on that interview. We've been talking about it. I really want to get you on there, man. You know what I mean? This will be a good interview, you guys. This is one I've been telling you guys about for a little while now. But yeah. How's work, motherfucker? I heard my brother's back working with you guys. Let's go. But yeah. But man, that shit's fucking funny. I remember old Pooh Butt Neutron. The Neutron was talking about he got bodies and he's a certified killer and he's this, that, and the third. No, you're not. No, you're not. Yeah, you ain't gonna be saying all that shit on the internet, you fucking dork. Get out of here. Bro, work sucks. Stick still. Yeah, we together. Hell yeah, let's go. I heard you guys, he's working on the same crew. Sorry if I'm skipping a bunch of the comments. Comments are kind of going crazy right now. But yeah, hey, what up, Kenneth? Good to see you up in here, brother. Been a minute. Hey, Diddy. Pooh Butt Neutron was saying that he had bodies and that he was certified and this, that, and the third. Killers that gotta boast. For real. I know a lot of killers. Shit. Hey, we know a lot of killers. You guys will see in the fucking interview that I do with my man right there. Yo, what's going on, Lance off the yard? Hey, if you guys don't know, he got a good channel. You guys need to go give him a like, follow, subscribe, show him some love, share the videos. Pretty sure everybody in here knows who he is. But just in case you don't, and you're not hip to the skip, start skipping. Yeah, that's just weirdo shit to me. Yes, I agree. I agree. He's just trying to flex. That dude he looks like fucking two broken toothpicks glued back together, trying to talk shit and sound tough. That's just crazy. Yo, my man Todd 602. What's up, brother? I ain't seen you in here in a while. Let's go, bro. He had a channel, bro, but he don't have a channel no more. He deleted it a while ago. This is before they certified him to be a rat like his little buddy Pino. He's that little skinny white boy with the big old ears. Looks like he weighs about 15 pounds soaking wet on a good day. That's always kicking it with old Piho. So we're forgetting Kimbo Slice. Yeah, but Kimbo Slice was a beast, bro. I was watching him way back in the day on the internet. I remember watching the video like right around the first week it dropped when he knocked that dude's eyeball out of his head. Hell yeah, Lance. I appreciate you, man. LNRCU too, bro. Once, bro, you kill a fifth a lot. I've heard about the stories of guys that went and partied at your house. That's why I never went over there to drink. Because I'm not trying to throw up. See, I'm back in the chat. What's cracking? There you go, Jay. Oh yeah, Lance. New Age. And Bigfoot. So yeah, hey, I'm gonna drop the live. I mean, drop the live. We can tell who's already starting to kill a fifth there, buddy. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. Anybody wants to hop on? I just wanted to say that shit. Fucking, get that going on, man. Rip Kimbo. Yeah, he backed up a lot. Hell yeah, he did. See, I gotta run over to Rebel Radio and try to review. Be back in a few. All right, for sure, bro. If you want to hop on later, you're more than welcome. You already know. Yo, he did have some brick hands. You said a fifth, and you went up 30. Oh, because I just said you said he drank a fifth. Oh, because you said. Yeah, I'm not really killing a fifth. You guys know me. I'm drinking that 40 of malt liquor. I just thought it was going to be funny. Apparently, my lady didn't think it was too funny. She's over here laughing at me. So, yeah, here you guys go. If anybody wants to hop up, we already know what time it is. But, yeah. Oh, hey, and hey, tell your roomie I apologize. And tell his wife I apologize about the Tupperware. I know he was probably cussing me out fucking at work on Monday. I did forget about it. Yeah, I just had a lot going on the last couple of days. I don't even know why I took it home. Oh, wait, yes, I do, because I was hungry as fuck, and that shit was fire. If it makes him feel any better and it makes him less upset, tell him that his wife Killed it when she cooked that chicken and shit. That shit was bomb. Let's see what we got. Anybody wants to hop up? You guys already know what's good. We got King Shine, Matthew Cox, and DOC TV. Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know who King Shine really is. I don't even know who Matthew Cox is. I know who DOC TV is. He makes good content as well. The other guys, I've heard the name King Shine from you guys. Other than that, I don't know who he is. But that's why I was saying, hey, New Age all up in his feelings right now. He's like, man, don't play. We got a bunch of good content creators from Florida. I know you do, bro. I'm just saying the ones that are making it
the ones that
are doing some goofy shit.
I can hear his ass laughing right now.
Jimbo would have got in the UFC early if he would have been. Yeah, hey, but he was. Man, that sucked to see him go. You guys remember when he knocked that dude out in his first professional boxing match? Sorry, guys, I had to dip out for just a second. But we need to get some people up on here. You know what I mean? Shit. But yeah. Who's gonna hop on today? Anybody trying to hop on? Fucking comments kind of going pretty quick. Island Boys got hands. Yeah, Island Boys. There's another set of Florida content creators for you. Slash, I'm not even gonna call them rappers because I'm not gonna disrespect the rap game like that. I mean, I'm just saying that I feel like that might be a bad look. Yo, my man T Dirt.
What's good, browski?
Oh shit! Hey, your shit's sounding crazy right now, bro.
Oh shit, my bad. What up?
Yeah, it's like real robotic. At least on my end, I don't know.
Is it still?
What's that?
Is it still like that?
Yeah, I can hardly even understand you.
Oh, that's hella weird. Oh, I'm gonna jump out, jump back in.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
All right.
Any graph stories? Nah, I never really got into the whole tagging scene, but the tagging scene is pretty big out there. In Arizona, we had whole tagging crews based around that shit. You know what I mean? People were actually getting it in. I know somebody. I don't want to put him out there too much, but yeah, he'd actually got in trouble, some syndicate charges for creating one of those. So, you know, creating one of those tagging crews, and that shit was on and popping. You know what I mean? That shit was going. Motherfuckers were losing their lives over that shit over there. It's still a pretty big scene as far as I know, but yeah, I don't have any like rap stories because I didn't really get into it all that much. I did a couple things, nothing crazy. Just fucking running out, fucking middle of the street, fucking, you know, during the day or during the night, fucking, we just throw some ups and get some ups in, you know. Was it slopes? Yeah, there's a bunch of motherfuckers in the slopes. You know what I mean? So But yeah, that shit was fucking. That shit was getting in. There's all kinds of motherfuckers in the slopes that they got that are in tagging crews. They're all over the place. Uh, OTB is a big one. Altabamas. I knew the guy in high school. Who had started that, and that turned out now that's just pretty big now. See how it goes. Hey, what up, Dirt?
What's good, bro? Is it better?
Yeah, that's perfect right there, bro.
All right, that's what's up. Hey,
Yeah,
have you heard of this new fag on YouTube? His name's what's his name? It's New Age Plug.
I think I might have heard about him somewhere.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Just going down the rabbit hole. Found that fool's channel. I don't know what the fuck.
That's a pretty deep rabbit hole. He's been making a lot of content.
I don't know. What's going down out there in the CO?
Not much, man. Just been fucking chilling and shit, you know. Fucking just me and the lady been chilling, whatnot, doing a bunch of Instacart and shit.
That's cool. Hey, that's a I heard that one's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It kind of fucking
So you got to go inside and shop, or it's already waiting for you.
nah. You gotta actually go find the items. You gotta go find the items. I mean, she said sometimes it's already ready to go, but I haven't been with her when it happened.
Yeah, we haven't done that.
I don't think it's yeah. She said we haven't done those together yet, but
Word.
yeah. But it's not too bad. Like once you get used to the stores, you know which stores like Sprouts are terrible because there's just no like there's no direction to them, so it's real hard to figure out where you know what I mean.
What about Uber Eats? You ever fuck with that?
No, there's a bunch of them that she couldn't do because she had gotten in trouble with some driving stuff in the past.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
And then my felonies, they won't even let me do it. I just roll around with her because two of us attacking one order, we can get more done in a day and make a lot more.
Yeah, my wife was set up for Uber Eats at one time, and we used to just one of us drive and one of us jump out and grab the shit. We were able to, as a side hustle, as something that's legit. Like,
yeah,
it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Like,
yeah, man. And then you got the DoorDash where you can hop on your bicycle and do that shit.
Oh, dog, I'm way too fat for all that shit, bro.
Well, hey, what I was getting at is fucking any of the tweakers can fucking hop up on that shit.
Oh, straight up. Yeah, especially out here. Yeah.
Yeah, they could make their money and shit. You know, they go do fucking 2 or 3 fucking little orders and they got fucking 6 blues for the day.
Hey, straight up. Yeah, it's a wild game at $2 a piece.
Oh, I know, right?
Fuck.
These motherfuckers are getting fucking smacked out. Shit's crazy.
For real. It's sad though, bro. Like fucking just like out here. So out here is a little bit different because depending on where you live, like if you don't head to a certain area, like kind of all the zombies. I mean, there's zombies in different little pockets or whatever, but it's not like Phoenix where it's like I feel like it's every block and a half, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, but it's just crazy. And then I watched that one dude. It's like there's a couple of those dudes that interview all those fools on the street out there in Phoenix, you know?
Yep. Lizard Hunter.
Yeah. And then there's like a something 602 or something. Street some shit.
Yeah, I think I know. I know who you're talking. Yeah. Tales from the Streets.
Yeah, Tales from the Streets. Yeah, that's the one I watched. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's the same guy though, right?
I don't know because I watched some
wrong.
video where like 2 of these dudes were beefing a little bit, like.
Oh, maybe not then.
But they were kind of doing the same thing, and it was like, dude, like you guys gotta come together on that shit. Like, I mean, because they both are trying to spread awareness about this shit. But that one Lizard Hunter, that fool just straight up fucking looks for hoes on the fucking on the grind.
Right here where my man Jack said on 27th and Northern.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, yeah.
It's all up and down there from Thomas all the way up to Northern. You can walk out there and you'll see hookers and just a G string with little pasties on their nipples.
Yeah,
not even exaggerating at all.
No, I spent the last year and a half out there, not too far from there, but
Yep.
But yeah, straight up. What's the fucking? But that guy's kind of weird, bro. It's like only interviews women and shit. I don't know why I think that's weird, but I think you should mix it up a little bit.
I hear you on that.
Because otherwise it starts looking a little bit strange, in my opinion. But
right. Hey, and and he has a wife. There ain't no way my lady would let me make content driving around looking at hookers all day.
Yeah, no shit. And then that other homeboy, he's like interviewing a lot of like street chicks too. And then like every thumbnail that he leaves is like some, like some haggard ass bitch with like, like he only interview them if they're in a skirt or some shit.
It's like he's probably giving him a couple blues and getting his knob slobbed.
I was about to say this fool's probably getting in on the action.
Yeah, he's definitely got a motive.
Straight up. It's always like that too. These fools are all the same.
And you know what's funny is I was watching something the other day and I was tripping up because he's got like 98,000 subs and he said they won't monetize him.
Oh really?
Yeah, they said they won't monetize him.
Which one's that? Lizard
yeah,
dude?
Lizard gang, lizard hunters. Probably because of all the content. And it's like my lady said, it's probably because of all his content.
Yeah, I don't know. So at that point, you know, you're not even making any skrill off of it. It's like, what the fuck are you even doing?
Yeah, because he's got 98,000 subs. It's like, holy shit. And he even said that he was contemplating on not doing it no more because he was like, what's the point?
Yeah, straight up.
But that sucks to have a channel that big and not be able to be monetized.
Yeah, I wouldn't even continue. I mean, that would be the whole point at 100,000.
Yeah, exactly. Start a new channel.
Do something better.
But then again, it's hard to bounce back when you start a new channel. We see motherfuckers, Savage Studios was one. Like, there's a lot of people that lose their channels and try and have a big platform, try and redo it, and you can't bounce back.
Yeah, it's crazy because the algorithm, I mean, it's different every time. There's like all these fools from back in the day that used to fuck with my channel. They're not around no more. You know, it's like people come and go through the YouTube world. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Shit, I took a year off and then I come back and then it's like, oh, I got 20 fucking views on a video. You know, it's
yeah. I hear
but
you.
It doesn't pay shit. Like, I could never take it serious. It's just not for me. I mean, and then walking around with a camera and shit, talking into it just feels like I'm fucking committing a crime on myself. It's just,
I get low key embarrassed and shit. I don't do lives and shit like in when I'm walking around and shit because I just feel embarrassed talking into the phone.
it's just a different world, you know. That's all.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know. It's just, but like the only thing that has been keeping me going, well, because I'm about to clean up the channel, like I said, but is because I didn't make content for a long time. And people were like, well, you're not going to be getting views on stuff. And then I was just doing one live a week, but I'm still getting 2, 3, 4, 500 views on a live after 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, no. Well, you always got a little bit of controversy to your shit. And then at the same time, you stay pretty active and productive, jumping into different little chats, doing your thing, you know? So that's always keeping the name relevant, you know?
Yeah, definitely. What up, Diddy?
What's up, fellas?
What's good, Diddy?
How you doing, bro?
Shit, just cool, and I don't got too much to offer. Figured I'd come hang out a little bit. I wanted to pop at you about your boy you were talking about yesterday, though.
I just talked to him today.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't know the details, but you know, I could get in touch with some pretty powerful people when it comes to misconduct. You know, they could shed a big light on that.
No, that'd be awesome, man. Because I was telling him, I was like, hey, bro, I mentioned it, and you had some positive feedback coming in. And I said one of the guys I fuck with on YouTube, I've known him for a while. He's got a pretty big platform, and he's moving quickly. And he said that he could help pass it along as well. So I had talked to him earlier today. We're gonna start getting ready to set it up because I want to do his interview right. You know what I mean, I don't want to go in it half-assed. And I'm gonna pre-record it
Yeah,
so that
for
way
sure.
I can show his videos, and then he can comment on it and talk about what was going on at that moment. Because
Yeah,
he's got several
what he
angles.
wants to do is get like all the relevant any evidence or like information on what happened. Try to get it all in one spot.
He's still going to court for it.
So okay. So
He's
does
still
he
going
have
to
the
court.
body cams yet? Does he have any of that yet?
Ooh, I'll find out from him I didn't even think to ask for the body cams.
Yeah, if not, definitely make sure they request that as part of discovery.
All right, I'll let him know because he has two different angles of it. One was his sister recording, and one was his mom recording. So I'll tell him to get the body cam footage, to see if he can get that, or if he already has it. But they've been trying to get him dirty. They've been trying to make him go late. They've been trying to label him SMI, all kinds of shit. They're making him go to the court ordered him to go get go to a psych doctor and all kinds of shit. They're trying to like make him come off as crazy.
Yeah, I don't like this. That whole the 72-hour holds they do, the psych evaluations and shit like that. It's so dirty, dude.
Yeah, that's just crazy, man. But yeah,
Out here, when you get hit with one of those, they throw you in there, and then you'll see a doctor within like a day or two, and they'll talk to you for like 15 minutes or less, and they'll prescribe you with like 3 medications, and then they'll diagnose you with a bunch of random shit, and then
right.
send you on your way. It's crazy.
Yeah, that shit is wild, bro. Yeah, he's been going through it because he's like, if I think he's going to trial on it, but I know if he loses, he has several assaults on peace officers, so it's not going to be good if he loses.
Yeah, well, definitely hit me up if there's anything you think I could do. I could push it to, like I said, man.
Definitely.
And there's been times where they've been able to help people get lawyers or shit like that too, depending on
That's
how
good.
legit it is, you know.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Diddy, what's up, bro? I think I checked out your channel one time and you had like I felt like you blew up overnight, bro.
For real.
It's the shorts, dog. I don't know what it is. Probably is YouTube's working the kinks out of their shorts. You know, they're trying to get it kind of like TikTok and all that. And at first they were having problems with just the algorithm. Like it wasn't recommending videos long form from the same channels people were watching the shorts from. And they're doing a bunch of shit to fix it. And I don't know if any of it was a bug or what, but yeah, bro, they've been pushing my shit like crazy.
That's dope. Well, you stay consistent too. That's dope.
All those shorts I posted are back catalog videos I had, because I mean that one when I trespassed the cop, that shit was recent, but other than that I just been cooling because I got a pending case, and you know, I'm just playing it cool right now. But yeah, that shit was all old. I just clipped out you know, you got to think people are looking for the first thing to click off a video. They're waiting for the first thing they see they don't like. They're clicking off the shit. So if you just make them short enough with some action in them, you know, people watch them, and especially if it pisses people off, because the piss people are more likely to comment, you know, and then they argue, and yeah, it just causes it
Straight up.
work, bro.
That's cool. All right, so were you able to get the watch hours for those shorts?
Well,
or does
I'm
it not?
monetized already, so I don't need watch
Oh, word.
hours.
All right.
I don't think it counts towards the 4,000, but it's like mad crazy free advertisement. If you can get ones that blow and you just throw a little, you know, snippet in there saying, hey, subscribe for more, or like full video on my page, you know, once one of those pops off like crazy, you're like, I got 10,000 subs from one short.
Damn.
That's tight, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
do you get paid
so
off of shorts, Diddy?
not really. You don't get paid much right now. They got some fun things going. Some like the top short creators, they're gonna split up like $100,000. YouTube is or some shit like that. But I mean, it's not really for me right now. It just seems like great advertisement for the channel. You know, you're not probably gonna make
Okay.
money off it, but yeah, I
Yeah.
What
mean,
else?
if your shorts, if you can translate your shorts into what your long form content is, I mean, it's gonna drag viewers to the long videos. You get paid on that.
Right.
For sure.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Like
Yeah, because you
like
got
Dirt, I
some.
seen you posted you had this video. It was just like a couple bars you posted. It was a short video, but it was like, you know, it wasn't a short. If you were to have posted that video as a short, I mean, it probably would do a lot. Like it might do good. You know, a lot of people like lyrical, you know, some random guy dropping bars. They're gonna watch that shit, especially if you label it right. I'd fuck with it, bro.
Yeah, I was thinking about actually doing some shorts like that, but I don't have enough time in the day, so it's like what I'd like to do is just get like 10 of them ready to go so I can drop solid, you know, fucking week of content back to back, keep it consistent.
Word.
Hey, you could even like to sell your shirts. You could even like fucking do little shorts where you're spitting bars and holding holding like a different shirt up every time.
Oh, straight. Yeah, and I haven't even tried to push the shirts yet. I mean, I only made one video where I addressed it for like 2 seconds afterwards, but I haven't really I didn't really give a fuck about it, dog.
Yeah, you
I
can
just like
definitely.
I like making the fucking shirts and just, you know, having something dope to either pick up myself or to, you know, just provide if people are interested. But as far as like making money off of it or fucking
Yeah, but why not if you can? Like you said, like earlier, if you're not getting paid off of YouTube, why do it? Well, you know, make some shirts. Your shirts will sell, bro. They're dope. You
yeah,
make
yeah.
dope ass shirts, bro.
Yeah, I just yeah, I
You have a
might get
very
there.
K
I
and
might get
K
there.
style of shirt making, bro.
Even if your channel gets demonetized, if you got a big enough following, I mean, most of the big YouTubers, they'll put sponsors from people that contact them directly in their video. You know, they just sidestep YouTube completely, and I mean, you could still do that if you get demonetized. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta push those shirts, man.
I'm just not there yet, bro. It's
I
like
think I think you are, bro. You just don't give a fuck enough, I guess.
I got well, it's like YouTube will only show you so much, but I got about
Right.
a thousand fucking pots with my hand in it out here. So it's like
Yeah, I hear you. You got a good shirt guy? Is it profitable?
no, bro, actually I just all I did with that was just go on like a design website, and then I went on like a t-shirt company website that will provide, you know, the shipping for me, and then I just put together the fucking, you know, I design it,
Yeah.
put it on a t-shirt, and they ship it out and shit. So it's not like I think I make like $5 off of each t-shirt, some shit like that.
Okay,
So
it's not too bad.
so it's not like I'm, you know, it's not like, and then like I'm trying to slang them for as low as possible. Like I can put the price, you know, some of these fools have their shit at $25 or, you know, whatever you want to put it at. But I'm just
Right.
trying to keep it as low as possible because, you know, like I'm not trying to make money off the, like I'm making money, bro. I'm doing okay. So it's
Right,
like,
right.
so I'm not trying to like rob people on the shirts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear
Um,
you.
so again, I'd rather have someone wear it, make some video where they're like, fuck you, fool, you're a fag. And I shoot them 100 bones for fucking just purchasing the shirt and making a video clowning me or some shit, you know? So
Dang,
like,
that's all I got. You make $100.
that's it. That's it. That's it.
Yo, Dirt, did you have to pay a subscription fee for your shirt provider?
I didn't for the shirt provider, but I had to pay so that I have the actual web address, like the dirtapparel
Yeah,
company.com.
the domain.
Yeah, so the domain costs like nothing, right? It's like $7 or some shit. And then
That's not bad.
I had to pay the what I had to pay for was the fucking design little shit to design with the shirts. So that was like $120 for the year. So still not too bad.
Hey, I think Jimbo. Hey, Jimbo, do you still work at a t-shirt company or t-shirt printing place? Because if you do, I'm pretty sure Jimbo does. Fucking, I'm pretty sure that's what he does.
I think so.
Might be able to link up and get him even cheaper.
Yeah, but I don't know if you know about Jimbo time, but it's Jimbo time takes Jimbo time takes a while. I'm a really, really, really impatient motherfucker. So it's I'd rather pay and we
Get it
go
right there.
fast.
Right, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been telling Jimbo that too, like, because I was trying to get him to make me some beats. I was like, hey, bro, I'm not one of those guys that's asking for free shit. Like, I put the money into it, you know? So, like, you know, hey,
Yeah,
if that doesn't motivate you, brother, we don't got nothing to talk about.
straight up though. I hear that. I hear that. Shit. I'm still here. My goal is in the next 4 to 5 months. I'd like to. Hey, have a good one, brother. Good to see you in here. You guys have a good work week next week, man. But I'm still gonna do the billboard thing in Phoenix because
What's that?
It so. I have this whole thing that I was gonna do where I made like because the billboard is like $543 and some change per month, and it's on the I-17. And so I researched it, and they said about 6,000 people will drive through the I-17 a day, or is it like 4,000? I think something like that. I think that might have been the 101. With the I-17, I can get a billboard put up, or not put up, but they already have the billboards. I can get something put up on the billboard for that a month. And I was gonna I have this like whole picture thing that I was gonna do, and put up my YouTube channel.
Are you talking about the digital one that's like playing as you get like right by the airport, or?
I thought about the digital one, but with the digital one is you share that with like 4 other people. So I kind of wanted to just get the old school fucking
Yeah, the whole
printed,
big boy out there. Yeah.
Yeah, because then it's just there at all times. You know what I mean? Like, because I had just got the idea when I was driving to and from work all the time, and I was like, man, shit, how much is it to get a billboard? So I just Googled it, got a hold of one of the dudes that owns the billboards, and he was like, yeah, man, it's only $543 and some change for a month. And I was like, I mean, shit, it's worth a try to see if that works. But if putting your YouTube channel on a sticker on the back of your window does wonders, then why wouldn't a billboard?
Yeah. Well, there's not a whole lot of that I can talk about on YouTube, but I've been in advertising my whole life. I got a lot of connections actually in Colorado for billboards.
Okay.
And I got a, again, I don't, when you hear my videos, you don't really hear me talk about anything. I just trying to tell fools to get their bread,
Right.
Stay focused. But yeah, bro, like there's when it comes to getting people like to the money, like I feel like I'm one of the top, but we can talk about it on Instagram.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Because I have a lot of marketing ideas. Like I didn't get a chance to do it. Yeah, I got fire genius ideas. Like you remember on the 17 how they have those bridges that you can walk across to get across the freeway?
For sure.
I was gonna take my daughter and make it like a fun project with her. I just didn't get a chance to do it before I left. But I figured if it stays up for 6 or 7 hours, that's free well, however much it costs. I was gonna take Dixie cups and put my AZ Ruction at AZ Ruction on the Dixie cups across the fucking fence.
Yeah, bro. And I mean, if you're really trying to grow your fucking like your YouTube channel, and that's like your main thing that you're trying to do. There's a lot of shit you can do too. Like you can just make fucking business cards, bro, and fucking leave them at every every single lunch spot, every single place that you go. Or every time that you see a hoodlum wherever they work, you just hand them one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I haven't pressed it as much recently is because shout out to Jay Williams. I talked to him. I've been talking to him quite a bit. Well, we talked a little bit, not quite a bit. I make that sound like we talk every day. But we had talked about my channel. He didn't tell me I need to, but he gave me some insight. So as soon as I hit my watch hours, I'm gonna take down most of my videos. And like I said before, like I know I make my little lives like right now, but that's because I'm trying to get my watch hours back up. I mean, I don't need
here, bro.
more.
I'll tell you how to get your watch hours tonight.
Yeah.
So to grab your watch hours, you already got the 1,000. All you need to do is just create a playlist. So just create a playlist with all your videos, and then you said your brother's in Hawaii, right?
Correct.
And then you got a couple other homeboys, and then I'll do it as well. But basically, you have to make the playlist so that the video goes from video to video. Otherwise, the video stops and goes to something that's not yours afterwards, or it just stops. But you make the playlist, and you just play it, and you have all the homies play it all night long. And then it'll just go from fucking one video to video 60. And it's just that you can't do it by yourself, because if YouTube noticed that it's coming from the same, from the same fucking modem or router, whatever the fuck it is,
they'll cut it off.
I think it's got to be different accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just got to be different accounts watching you.
Okay.
So yeah, bro, but you'd be able to get there tonight.
I'm going to do that after this live. Then I'm going to set up the playlist.
Yeah. Just set the playlist. And then, that's what I did. I set the playlist, knocked it out in I think it took me probably 26 hours or some shit like that.
Okay.
So
yeah, because I only need just under 300. I have 8,000 total, but I didn't hit my 1,000 subscribers within the 1 year, so it started me over on the watch hours.
Yeah, so you play it overnight, and then just have 5 of the homies play it, and you'll wake up in the morning and you'll be there.
Yeah, that would be dope, because as soon as that happens, that's when I'm gonna take down most of the videos. Because like I was saying, I've been joking about it lately, because I haven't watched the first videos that I did in a long time, and I couldn't even watch some of all of them because I was laughing too hard. I'm like, damn, what are you doing? When I was acting all fucking crazy, but I was nervous in front of the camera, and I was trying to find my place and get comfortable in front of the camera and shit like that. But now when I watch them, I'm like, oh my God, bro, what are you doing? What were you doing?
Bro, I got a whole fucking every video on my channel is gay as fuck, dog. I don't even care. It just is what it is. Just fuck it. But I don't really I definitely don't try and push it, and I just don't really have a lot of time for it. But I do when I'm fucking around, I'm on YouTube just fucking around. So
yeah. Seeing I've always liked doing it. And a couple individuals that I talked to, they put me on game. Look, if you can get to a certain point, you literally make life-changing money.
Oh, for sure.
And that shit to me is a little, been motivating.
Yeah, no, especially how fast it's happened. Jay Williams blew up 100 times faster than 1090 did. Yep. And I would imagine he's making close to the same bread. What I like about Jay Williams is that fool's a grinder. That fool's a never-ending workaholic. That's kind of how I am. Yeah. I can't stop. I can't even sleep at night because it doesn't make me any money.
I hear you.
So who got big first out of those two, Jay or 1090?
Well, 1090 did, but he was around a lot longer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How long has he been around? 3 years now? 4 years?
Yeah.
Because I know Jay Williams and I started around the same time. I think he might have started just a little bit before me. But he's the one that told me, he was like, I'm not going to lie to you. He was like, when you guys were doing the whole minor mouse thing and you guys were focusing all your attention on that, he said it literally like, it was like you guys made a pathway for me to just go through. Because while you guys were doing that, I was just pumping my videos out. He said, if I had jumped on the minor mouse train, he said, I probably would not be anywhere close to where I am.
Yeah, for sure.
So he gave me a lot of good insight on a lot of stuff. And the beef and stuff, like he said, it makes sense too, you know, like going back and forth and making videos. It only lasts for so long, but people don't really subscribe to it. I get a few thousand views on certain things, but I don't get a few thousand subs.
Well, that's why that's why I was saying in like a lot of videos, you know, it's like, it's just these little kids that are watching that shit. It's just like just
Right.
those normal instigators that want to see some type of action that never happen.
Right.
You know, but they don't subscribe.
They don't.
You start dropping that content, those real stories, that intriguing ass shit that gets you past like the 4 or 5 minute mark.
Right.
And you know, now all of a sudden fools are subscribing for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I've been writing a lot of shit down. Like I got a lot of different little things that I'm going to try and start doing, because I also don't want to do the same stuff that other people are doing or call it the same shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like the prison genre has gotten real diluted.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's not like it was. I started at a right time, but I didn't make the right moves, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely it does. Well, but you got caught up in that, you know, fuck this fool type shit, which is,
I did.
Those channels only last so long, and then it's like, if you're really trying to push, you got to get back to the grind of your own lane, right? So
yeah, exactly. One of my most viewed videos is still, so I have the what happens to pedophiles in Arizona. That one, or pedophiles in prison. That one's got like almost 13,000. That's my biggest video. But my other biggest video is the one about Savage, almost 5,000 views. And that's sad that to get my second biggest video is because I'm trashing on somebody.
But at the same time, like, that's the audience that's kind of that's what you're putting out, bro. So just put out whatever you fucking, and then, you know, all I can say about, you know, if you feel like you just want to kind of not do something because someone else is already doing it, like, but if that's your shit, like, fucking, man, there's a lot of people doing the same type of thing that got a shit ton of subs, bro, if you're trying to push your YouTube. So
yeah, that's true. You got to follow the formula.
A lot of big channels, all they do is what do you call it? Piggyback off other people's content. Like, it's all stolen, recycled shit.
It's all stolen, recycled, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what I want to do, bro. And I would like to do something where I don't have, like, it's not going to be my channel. My channel is just me fucking around like, yo, this life's a trip. But like, I'm gonna have other channels, and I plan to do some, like, just, you know, you never know it's me type of shit. Like, fucking,
yeah, definitely.
Like, bro, this might sound gay as fuck, but I started up a channel just to see the reaction of other, you know, like, what the fuck is going on in the YouTube world. And all I did is I took shorts from TikTok that were about husky puppies. Those husky puppies, that's what I came up with. And I was like, all right, let me put it into the family area, right? Somewhere that I never really had a family, so I don't know anything about that fucking section. Bro, those videos were blowing up.
Oh, really?
Those videos were blowing up, and they were fucking, you know, I was getting subscribers. I think overnight I got like fucking 32 subscribers off of 3 shorts.
That's good, dude.
But I just never took, you know what I mean? Like, that's, again, I don't really have time to push it. But if I would have probably continued, and all I did was just take other people's content, their dogs, put it on the channel, and fucking that was that.
Yeah, damn. See, that's good shit, man. Fucking
Because not everybody's been to prison. Not everybody's fucking hella hard or wants to be fucking. The majority of people are fucking little girls, dog, little fucking faggots. So
yep. You know who made me realize who a lot of the trolls are? Is French Dose. When I seen him posting screenshots of the people that want to come up on his live and troll him, I was like, damn, they're all goofies.
straight up.
Look at Mike Hunt said, "You never speak ill of the dead, Rip Savage." Yeah, all right. That's not something I normally would do though. But that dude, this is how I felt. Because I had a little issue. Nothing like anybody else. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh yeah, him and I were nah. We had a little bit of a little thing at the beginning of my channel, because originally my channel wasn't a Deruction. If you got anybody who really knows, it was Savage affiliated. And so he came in talking shit one day, fucking saying that I was trying to be like him. But we went back a little bit, but it didn't continue. But here's my thing. The reason why I spoke on him like that is because this dude spoke on people. You've heard me say, people have heard me say he spoke on dead people's moms, brothers, best friends. And then his sister came out with that new YouTube channel talking about you guys need to respect him and this and that. Well, check it out. He wasn't respecting nobody that's dead. So why is it that all of a sudden, because now the tables are turned, everybody else is supposed to fall in line with that? Get out of here with that shit.
Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of catch-22s in the world.
Right.
It's like if your homeboy has his gun under your seat and you get pulled over, but you're not allowed to tell that it's your homeboy's gun, but then your homeboy doesn't say that it's his gun either. So you go to jail for it. Like, it's always something that's been like, like I ain't saying shit, but I am kind of a little pissed off. I'm in jail right now because the homeboy didn't just fess up that it was his heater. But
see, and
whatever.
that kind of, to me, that's not right. Like, you know what I mean? If I get pulled over with my homie and it's my pistol, and I know I'm going to prison, I'm still taking that. Because why would I? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, that's just goofy as fuck. That's not a solid individual.
I'm the same way. I'm gonna say it's mine.
Yes, even though I know the consequences are not going to be a good look for me.
Now, if we have someone in the car that might not have any charges or might not really have any, they're maybe out in a few hours, from that, then, maybe they suck it up for us. Who knows if that's the real down homeboy, but.
Right. But see, all my homies that I roll around with that are going to, we're all going to prison. One of us is going to prison.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, most of us are getting fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I get it though. Like, I'm not like that either. I'm like, you dirt. I'm not doing that. I get pulled over. I'm like, yo, it's mine. What are we going to do from here? How are we going to?
That's why I don't even roll around with nobody no more.
Right? I hear that. Straight up, dude.
Yeah. It's like, I ain't snitching, but I am a little pissed off at the homeboy. Sometimes you do want to slap the shit out of your own homeboy. Like,
right?
Yeah. I mean, that's just pretty normal.
That's how. So, like, when I caught my first charge, because I got racked up. So, long story short, this dude fucking was my driver, and I paid this dude like it was a company. I gave him a quarter ounce of meth on Friday, and I gave him $350. And he drove me around. He had one day off where I didn't bother him. Other than that, 6 days a week, he drove me everywhere. Well, I had my wallet stolen previously, so he had to put the hotel in his name. And on the I-17, for people who don't know, on the I-17, I don't know if they do it anymore, but they used to do probation and warrant checks Monday through Friday. And they would go to every hotel that was off the I-17 and run people's names. And he didn't tell me he was on probation. I didn't know this whole time that he was on probation. kind of makes sense why he took Wednesdays off now. But it was just one of those things where it was like he went downstairs to go get something to eat out of the vending machine, sandwiches and shit. And I had been up for like 4 or 5 days, and I was about to pass out for about 5-6 hours, whatever it was. And I was waiting to re-up. Thank God I didn't re-up, because I'd have had a 1/4 pound of fucking heroin on me. I'd have had about 3 ounces of meth on me. I had all kinds of shit. But when they approached him, they, said such as, I don't know what they really told him, but when he said, they said, is there anybody up in the room? And he told them that I was up in the room. So when they came knocking on the door, they were like, John, we know you're in there, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on? Because I haven't been in trouble yet at this point. So I had no previous charges. So I'm like tripping out, I'm like, what the fuck? But because he told them that I was up there, they came and broke the door down. But also it's because he was on probation and had the name in his room, or the room in his name. So to be honest, I really don't know if there was any way for him to avoid that anyways, because they would have came up into the room anyhow, realistically. And his phone was upstairs with me. So he couldn't even call me or nothing. But I caught my first charge because of that. Ended up getting 5 felony 2s, 2 felony 4s, and a felony 6.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, so I ended up getting hella burnt. What up, Big Weeby?
What's going on with Weavy?
You guys need to go follow his channel. Anybody who's listening doesn't know who Big Weeby is. Doing time with Big Weeby. He's got a good channel. You guys need to go give him a like, follow, subscribe, and hit that bell notification and share those videos.
I went to his videos a couple times, but I never see him in my feed though. So I don't know if he's just not making videos or if it's just not popping up or what.
It might just not be popping up because I'm pretty sure he makes consistent videos. I watch quite a few of his videos regularly.
Word.
But at the same time, like I've said, I follow so many channels that a lot of people get drowned out, and I don't even know how I'll fucking see the video pop up a week later, and I'm like, oh shit, they made this video a week ago. What the fuck?
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I don't know.
You guys, you got the weekend off or what?
Yeah, I'm not working this weekend. I start my new job next week. Got a little distribution place.
That's cool.
Yeah, they pay pretty good, man. Fucking it's union too, so I'll do that until the YouTube pops off.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
get those watch hours. What up?
You got the weekend off or what? Well, you don't really have any days off. You just are constantly on the grind.
I'm on the grind, but I don't really work on the weekend too much. I might send some emails or some shit, but
Right.
I'm not really like out there trying to get it too much.
Yeah. See, and I don't have that's part of my problem is like I don't really have a lot of side hustles like that I can make that I know of. Let's be real. You know what I mean? Like
well, I kind of mentioned a good tip on this little gay ass live I did the other day. One of the things I do is I try to look for remote work where I only work from home. And again, it doesn't matter if your resume is a complete lie. If they're willing to train and every single person on your resume they call is your homeboy. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So just so what I try to do is find remote work, and that just requires the laptop. And I try to look for something that has some type of base pay, and I try to sign up for like 3 or 4 of them at a time. So if I can have this job paying me $3,000 a month, this job paying me $2,000 a month, this job paying me $3,000, and then and again, I'm in sales, right? So nothing is inbound coming inbound.
Okay.
Everything is outbound. And so, these companies will right now, every single company is having a hard time finding decent employees. So if you can talk the game,
Yeah.
I have a long resume as it is of big numbers. So for me, it's easy to get these positions, but it just takes a little bit of game if you haven't been in that position and you're trying to pretend like you have been, And so really you're just these jobs I'm just floating through like 3,
Right.
4, 5, 6 of them every 4 to 6 months. And
Oh,
so
okay.
and so this is what keeps me propped up. This is what keeps like the for sure money coming in. So I'm over here, I'm talking with this boss, I'm over here talking with this boss, and I'm just basically leading them on. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm over here busting my ass. This is that.
Right.
Fucking whatever needs to be done at the end of the night, I'm punching some shit in the computer. But really, all day long, all I really did was just hustle for my shit. So
Okay.
so and this is just one, again, on YouTube. I don't really get into too much, and I'm
Right.
not,
We can talk about that on Insta.
like, if there was 100%, I'm just giving out about 4% right now.
Okay.
But it's just something that people can do to be able to secure their spot at home, have steady income coming in, and then focus on whatever their focus is to be able to, whatever they're really trying to grow themselves.
Right. Right.
And so me, I don't spend time in no fucking buildings, bro. I don't spend time in no fucking someone telling me when to take a 30-minute break or some fucking bullshit, dog. No way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
now don't get me wrong. I've spent my whole life in shit like that. But COVID really opened my eyes to what I could get away with from home.
Okay.
So it's just like, now more than ever, like, for instance, if you go on Indeed right now,
Yes.
and if you were to type in remote, and you were to type in either sales or type in fucking, I mean, I really don't like to do customer service. I don't do it at all, but it's an option for somebody else where you could have a steady stream coming in for a couple hours a day. The reason that sales is better is because they're expecting you to make the calls,
Okay.
as opposed to the calls coming in. And so again, I'm trying to weigh everything against time, right? Because I'm supposedly working for all these people, and the whole thing is I'm just bullshitting all of them so that they pay. And then the whole time I'm just focused on grinding for my shit, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. That's dope shit, man. Because I've done a lot of sales in the past, but all my sales jobs were when I was like really young. So it's like such old shit, like when I sold you know Kirby, right? Kirby vacuums.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I sold 22 $2,000 vacuums. Well, not all of them were at 2,000 or 3,000, whatever it was, but I sold 22 in like less than 5 weeks. It was just under 5 weeks, I think. And the reason why I quit is because I was supposed to have like in 2008.
22 units, 22 Kirby vacuums is respectable.
I was,
If that's in a month, that's one selling day.
I was supposed to have like an $8,000 check, and they wrote me a check for $250, bro. Because they tried to tell me, because they're janky, bro. They tried to tell me that.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Yeah, they tried to tell me that like 19 or some shit of them canceled. And then the ones that supposedly didn't cancel were the ones where I had to sell lower than what I would have actually made, even just a little bit of money. I only made like $250 off of 3 vacuums technically, but I sold 2 to one lady because I convinced her that her and her daughter both had to have a Kirby. You know what I mean? And that was aggressive sales, and I don't like doing aggressive sales because they promoted us to like. I was uncomfortable doing it, but I did do it after a while because I got tired of not, making money. But like they would tell us to like when they shut the door on you, put your foot in between the door and the door jamb, and kind of like pry your way in there. I've done that, and I didn't like doing that shit, but I sold a lot. And so I actually like doing sales, but sometimes it just didn't always work out for me. And then I started doing like telemarketing when I started going to jail and getting out and selling keychains and stupid ass pins and shit. That shit's whack. So, I mean, but yeah.
You have a lot of skills.
I think we lost G Dirt. You there, G Dirt? Well, until he comes back.
Can you hear me or no?
Oh, there you go.
Oh shit, my bad.
No, you're
No,
good.
I was saying that those items aren't big enough to make big bread.
Right.
So you just gotta find the product that's big enough to only have to push 1 or 2 units a month and get huge payouts.
You have a Kirby, even though you have payouts, they were shysters.
So,
Okay.
because if I'm selling 22 of anything, I'm my next video is just in Hawaii again.
Oh yeah, I hear that.
So it's just but yeah, Kirby is a grind. I mean, I almost had to shoot this bitch that put her foot near my fucking door. It's like,
Oh
what
yeah,
the
they're
fuck?
super aggressive, bro. And then you get to a point to where, because I was doing it in Arizona, so it's hot out when I was doing it.
That's tough.
I wanted to be in the AC more, and I wanted to fucking sell fucking damn vacuum.
When you had to walk door to door.
Yeah, and it was, you know how it is. It was door to door. I had to.
Yeah,
to
it's a ruthless grind. Yeah, I mean, back in the day when I did it, it was like they pick you up on a fucking, have like 10 of us in a van.
Yep.
Drop you off in front of the fucking door, fucking come scoop around, fucking. It was just like fucking the work crew shit, like on the freeway when you fucking, like fucking drop you off on the freeway, drop everyone off, come swoop you back up, and then move you back forward, like same shit.
Yep. Hey, straight up, that shit's fucking fun. You said that, bro, because I remember they picked us up in an Astro van and shit. Fucking, fucking drop us off. They'd be like, "All right, you got this neighborhood, and then you got this neighborhood, and it sucked."
Yeah,
but it didn't put a bad taste in my mouth for sales because I was like one of the top sales guys. But they just fucked me, and I felt like it was. Felt like it was like a weird pyramid scheme, but not. It was almost set up to where I felt like you had to, in their eyes, you had to put in your dues type shit or something. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I quit that shit.
It's just like you said, it's real fucking slimy. It's like as slimy as it gets, and it's not just expecting you to be slimy, but they're slimy as fuck to you, like, right? So yeah, but I mean, yeah, I've been in a lot of places that are like that, but and that's why I wanted to start my own shit. Like last year, I had a again, I don't like talking too much, bro. That's not my style, but I had some big shit going last year, bro. While I was in Arizona, I was banking, dog. Like, just fucking banking, bro. Like my buddy JP convicted the Christian. I pulled up on his house a couple. I pulled up on his house a couple of times. Like he'll tell you. Like I kind of tried to put him on game and hooked him up with a job and shit like that. Yeah. But yeah, that's my boy, dog. But it's not everybody can't. Not everybody wants to do it. It's not something I really want to do either. It's just the way that I found success.
Right. I hear that.
And so,
Gotta go with
So
the
yeah, so
formula.
I'm constantly trying to find these new ways to find success, because the ideal situation is you do something you enjoy. And so when I moved back to Portland, now I'm on like 3 different things different than what I was doing last year. So
Right. And that's good shit, man. That shows the real hustle going on right there.
well, I only got a little bit of time left, bro. So it's like, and then that's the other part, right? Like one part is the work ethic, but
Yeah.
the other part is the discipline, dog. It's like,
Right.
and this is where I've fucked off my whole life. Like I've said it on a million videos. Like it's absolutely no lie. Never catch me in a motherfucking lie. Like I would be a millionaire, dog, if I didn't have a gambling fucking addiction. You know what I mean? Like
That'll do it, bro.
there's just no doubts. But I fucked off a lot of capital a million times in a row.
Right.
And it's like I'll come back from the dead and I'll hit a couple fucking 30, 50, 20 grand licks at a time, and then I'll fucking bow just right back into the fucking just live. It's because I've never had a time where I can't come back from the dead. So it's like So it's like I've got all these excuses, like, oh, it's all right if I just fuck all this off, because I fucked it off 100 times and then I've got it back again. Like, it's like, but what I'm trying to talk about is I have a little bit of discipline, but mostly not. So if you have if you don't make as much, but you have better discipline on where your money goes, then now you've got a little bit of capital to invest in what you're trying to do, which goes a long way as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and like I'm a poker player, so like when I was selling dope, that was the biggest time for me selling fucking. Because I had all kinds of cash and I didn't really know how to spend it all the time because I didn't always have time. Like I was literally the guy that would go in there into Ross and I would spend like $3,000 just because I was like, fuck, I gotta spend some of this money. And I would leave with like 3 fucking grocery carts full of clothes and shit like that. And I got crazy stories about underground poker places. I remember I was playing poker in this one spot in Cave Creek and they cleared everybody out because this one dude just domed himself right in the fucking parking lot. And, they're underground. And apparently he was married, had like 2 or 3 kids or something. I don't remember. It was so long ago. But he lost all 3 of his cars. He lost his house, his boat, all kinds of shit. And just domed himself right in the parking lot.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, I got some crazy.
See, I've never been late on a bill, but I've gone all the way down to, just my bills left.
Right. I hear that. I miss those days though, man. I would just like have like there'd be times where like I would go in there and I drop like $600-700 in chips, and because there used to be a spot that my favorite spot was on. It was on 51st and Northern, and it was right next to a. It was right next to a like a nail salon. It had all kinds of shit, and it just said poker. And you would go in there, and there would be this little Asian dude that would be fucking stopping you at the front door, ask for your ID and shit. You come in, you walk to this little hallway, and then you'd see it would open up, and there'd be like 4 or 5 poker tables right there, and then you go to this like little booth, and it had like bars on it, and it was just like how it is. It was like a regular casino. Give you a whole rack of chips, and I dropped like $600, $700, $800 on there. And then I would just be playing, pretty much just killing time because I never really had time for myself. I was always constantly I started doing meth so that I could stay up longer because I felt like I was missing out by going to sleep, bro. That was the only reason why I had started doing that shit. You know what I mean? So it was like, I was just like grinding so much. I remember when I lost my fucking cell phone, I didn't even lose it. Me and my homie just couldn't find it. It was in his car. And I was freaking out so bad after like 2 hours. I just went and I bought 2 cell phones and I spent almost $3,000 on 2 cell phones at Boost Mobile when Boost Mobile was popping.
That's
And
funny.
fucking, whew. And then he calls me fucking like 6 hours later and he's like, hey, bro, hey, Smurf, I got your fucking phone right here. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I would just look for reasons to spend money, and gambling was one of them. I'll go to the casino sometimes. Me and my boy would just sit there for like a couple hours, but I couldn't sit there long enough because I felt like my phone's blowing up. I gotta go. Like, I gotta go. I ain't got time for this right now. But I never
Yeah,
had
for
time to
real.
spend my money. I never got to really spend my money. And that shit sucked. I would just spend it on dumbass shit just because I was like, fuck. I need to just kind of, but I was also bouncing from hotel to hotel or from homie's house, apartment to homie's house or whatever. So it's not like I really had like a specific place that I could just like, you know, go bury my money out in the backyard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
And I didn't know about investing. I didn't know how to
Well, that's the
manage
other part,
money.
and I didn't know about none of that shit either. But that's there's something when you have too much money, that's a problem too. It's like I've had too much money, and I just like, again, I didn't know about investments. I didn't know about anything, and I just get out of control with whatever the fuck I'm into at that time.
Yeah, definitely.
For the majority of my life, it's been drugs and guns and fucking just being a degenerate. But
Straight up, bro. I know the feeling, bro. I spent a lot of money on guns though. Like when they bought me, I had like 7 or 8 guns, fucking, which isn't really a lot, but I had like rare special edition. Like my favorite was I had a 357 titanium special edition 7-round Smith and Wesson snub nose. That was my baby. And I mean, I had a 22 caliber 6-shooter that was from like 1922 or some weird shit. Like I was always
just going with the revolvers, huh?
Yeah, but I always had the Glock. I had the Glock 40 cal 22. Fucking, you know, but I would just buy guns. Like I would just buy all kinds of shit. Like when the cops got me, like I really want to, I'm going to pay. I think I'm going to pay to get my police report from there because it was so thick and most of it was inventory. I had like 54 pairs of shoes that were still in the boxes. I had like 60 or 70 hats and most of them I hadn't even worn yet. Like I had 2, I always laugh about this because I had 2 trash bags. When they popped me, I had 2 trash bags. One of them had socks and one of them had underwear. And so like I'll always remember this because the cop made fun of me for this shit. So I had they were one was full of socks, one was full of underwear because I would change clothes 3 or 4 times a day, complete outfits. And then I wouldn't wear them ever again. And I would take my socks, I would wear them one time for probably 3 or 4 hours a day, whatever it was, 5, 6, you know, and I would throw them in that trash bag and I would change my underwear 3 or 4 times a day and throw one pair of underwear in there 4 or 5 times a day, whatever it was. And when the cops came, I had 2 trash bags full of socks and clothes that were damn near brand new. And when the cop asked, he said, "What are you doing with all these?" I said, I take them and I just drop them off to a homeless person on the side of the, you know, I mean, on a corner. And he's like, "Oh, Mr. Good Samaritan over here, blah, blah, blah," you know, fucking talking shit. But like, that's how fucking ridiculous it was when it came to trying to spend money, is that I would wear a shirt one time and I'd have like a $25, $30 shirt and I'd wear it one time and never wear it again.
Yeah. See, they call me dirt because I just never changed my underwear, dog. So it's like I'd have a whole bunch of money in the same underwear.
Bro, I take 2 or 3 showers a day, dog.
Same motherfucking shirt for fucking 2 months, but 50 racks in my pocket.
That's crazy, bro. I couldn't do it, dog. Hey, I have 2, 3. I do poor people shit, bro. I have $200 or $300 in my pocket, and I'm like, man, I can go buy like 2 or 3 shirts, a couple of hats, and a pair of shoes right now, knowing that I got a bill coming up.
Yeah, no, the hats and the shoes have always had a problem with me for sure. Even when I was broke as fuck, just trying to hit a little lick downtown and shit, like even back then, it was first priority was a hat for sure, and pair of shoes and shit.
Hey, do you remember when when Neo came out with his, like, they look like some shell toes almost?
Nah, bro, I pulled in $230,000 in fucking 2018, and I never went anywhere but Ross.
Hey, like this dude Mike Hunt. I don't know if he's trolling or not because he said some shit about you. He said the G and G dirt stands for grifter. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't
Just
know
a
if he's
swindler.
trolling. Yeah,
Just swindling fools. But that's not nah. Actually, I swindle high corporate businesses. It's completely different. So what I do is I try to get people that either aren't doing that or who come from the same background as me, which is basically hell. And I try to get them to understand how to better their situation. That's what I try to focus on doing. But yeah, if you want to call me a swindler for taking money out of big fucking corporation pockets and leading them on so that I can build the capital I need to become my own successful entrepreneur, then I'll fucking take the name.
Hey, for sure. Hey, but he left this comment right here, and he said, poor people shop at Ross. But hey, I love Ross. Ross has some fire ass shit.
Yeah, I'll be at Ross. Fuck it.
I love Ross, bro. Like Ross is my shit.
I mean, money or not, like, why am I going to go somewhere else and pay double for the same thing?
Yeah. And think about it this way too. Out of all the stuff they caught me with, if I would have went and spent all my money on Louis Vuitton and Gucci and shit, I probably would have been more upset that I don't have any of it. Because they took all of it. You know that there is a cop, one of those detectives. There was like 11 of them that came in there and 2 probation officers. You know that most of them dudes have most of those shoes, have most of those shirts, and gave them to their kids. Most of those hats, because most of them still had tags on them. I didn't even have chances to wear them sometimes.
Straight up.
Because I was just trying to buy so much bullshit, you know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I hear that.
So I don't know, man. Like, but I'll tell you this: I probably wouldn't be in the same situation I was in now if I was smart enough to take all that money and set it aside for a lawyer.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Well, I mean, we can write books on shit that we should have done, bro. I mean, fuck. But it's all about what we can still do. Like, a lot of people think that their time is over and they're bound by these certain basically in the box, right? They're like, fucking, hey, I'm bound by all this, these walls. But it's just not true.
Right.
It's the lack of understanding or education, bro. Like, for me, everything has been the lack of education. I never got a GED. I never fucking got a diploma, nothing. I never even went to high school, bro. Like, I never
made more money than most people make that graduated high school.
Yeah, but it did take a while. It did take a while for sure.
But most people still won't make as much money. You said you made over $250,000 in 1 year. That's just one hustle you had. Most people.
Well, that was 2018, and that was when I started that was like around the time where I started my YouTube, and that was actually grinding for like a corporate place that I had been in for quite a few years, and I got to the top. I actually started the day that the company started, and I worked my way to the top of the spot. And it was just fucking crazy. At the time when I first started, bro, I had this fucking red Regal that was on 13s and shit.
Hell yeah.
And I used to have to park like, I want to say like 3 or 4 blocks away so that no one could see my car, because I was in a professional setting, because I talked my way into this professional setting. This dude gave me a chance.
Right.
But I'm like the furthest thing on earth from professional. So like, when I started just going in there, and I knew that this was an opportunity, because someone like me doesn't really get these opportunities, but I was able to really just swiftly talk myself into it.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I stuck with it for many years, and I just kept working my way to the top and working my way to the top. Eventually I got rid of that car, now I'm riding in brand new cars and shit. But the politics in that office, in that building, like, it started to take a toll on life. And so
Right.
I started being like, you know what, like, and my wife, really without my wife I'd be dead, bro. I wouldn't even be on here. That's just the real shit. But
That's what's up. Shout out to her.
but she's just like, hey, is the money worth the stress and shit, like, and I'm like, you know what, I think I can do this type of shit on my own. It's just that I don't know how to do, like, I can't put the fucking shit together in my head because I don't know how to use that computer system, or I don't know how to use that, all these different fucking Word and Excel
Have
and
you thought
fucking.
about just outsourcing that, since you can make the money to pay somebody? Have you thought about outsourcing it to somebody who can?
Well, I have, but what I'm saying is this is back then, right? So throughout these last years, I've really tried to focus on trying to get the education, like basically doing the research, rather that's through YouTube or rather that's through some fucking editorial or some type of shit.
Yeah.
Because again, when we start talking, outsourcing, the more shit that we outsource, the more money we have going out of our pocket. So It's like, the more that I know and that I can handle myself, the less I got to pay someone else. And that's what the whole world, it's a fucking scam. Like, if you don't know shit about cars, like me, I'll just be real. I never grew up with a dad, so I never grew up under a fucking car.
Damn,
and none of my homeboys had cars. We all caught the bus or stole cars and went to jail. Like, we didn't, like, you know what I mean? So, like, a mechanic can tell me anything they want, dog. It's my lack of education and about cars is why they can charge anything they want.
Right. You want to hear something? Is that, not to cut you off, but like, I cannot work on a car for the life of me, but my lady trips out because I can look at just about any car, like from a certain era, from like 85 to 90 and down. And it doesn't matter. It can be from the 50s, and I can be like, oh yeah, that's a 69 Plymouth Valiant. They changed the car year at, they didn't start changing the body type until 74. Or I can look at any of that and I don't know where they came from. But I can look at
you got the body frame, but not under the hood.
Not under the hood. You fucking aim.
Got it.
No, no, can't do it. I'm not.
I'm not.
But I didn't have a dad to teach me that shit either.
Yeah, I'm not a car guy, but all I was gonna say afterwards is just, so that's what I'm doing these days, bro. Is that's all I'm saying is just like the mechanic who is charging for something that someone knows nothing about.
Right.
That's all I'm doing is I've got my shit that you probably know nothing about, but it's a everyday service. It's a every business service. It's a every, and so again, I've made videos on it. We don't have to be the most professional. We don't have to be like the most come across the most professional.
Right.
We don't even have to have the lowest price. All we have to do is come through on our word. And if we come through on our word, now all of a sudden everyone's referring their friend. And
if you could tell anybody who's pretty young and might have a good way to make money or whatever, what's one of the things that you would tell them right now as what you would consider gold advice?
So there's two things. The first thing is, and for me, and I've done this with my own homeboys that are stuck in their ways, is that, bro, the majority of people are afraid to take a leap.
Yep.
I'm afraid to be stuck in the same spot forever. So if you're right now just working for $20 an hour, dog, take the fucking leap into something brand new. And if it doesn't work out, you can always go back to $20 an hour. So that's the first thing, right? Like, I'm scared to death to make $20 an hour for the rest of my life. That's what scares me. It does not scare me to try to make 50 or 100 or $2,000 an hour a few times,
Facts.
because I can always go back to $20 an hour.
Facts.
And so now, how do we get to $2,000 an hour? Because we still have bills we have to pay. You know, I don't have any family, dog, so there's no backup plan.
Right.
So I have to make sure that these bills are paid while I'm taking this leap. So
Right.
now that's where we've got to figure out how to use our brain and think outside the box. And so that's where I come with these different little homeboy calling me whatever the fuck he called me, right? So yeah, so I've got to find ways for companies to pay me while I do little to nothing, while I build what pays me $2,000 an hour. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I would just tell kids to continuously take leaps. And then I would just tell them that sales, even though it's stressful, there's no other fucking business, dog, where you can make an hourly wage, a bonus, a commission, a residual, and an override all at the same time. So I've got 5 minimum ways that I get paid monthly off of one gig. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where if you're just sitting at a retail spot making $20 an hour, like that's what you make, dog. But I get paid the $20 an hour. And then if I perform well, I got a bonus on top of it. And then I get commission for each one of the things that I sell that get me my bonus. And then
Right.
if I have people under me, I get an override on all their sales as well.
Right.
And now if everyone's buying monthly, then I get a residual on that monthly reoccurring payment. So I'm going to jump into sales and I'm going to fucking build up some capital and I'm going to take every risk I can until I hit the jackpot. That's what I would say to anybody that was just stuck in that loop of not knowing where to go.
And I'm the same as you. I'm a risk taker. So my lady is the complete opposite of a risk
Mine
taker.
too. Mine too.
Okay.
And I think it's all women, dog.
And it's a balance though. It's weird because there's some times where I make dumbass decisions.
Me too.
In my head, I think I'm going to make $1 million. But then there's been other times where she might not have agreed with me and I did okay. So we both kind of learn from each other, but she kind of keeps me in line because if I had the option and I got rent coming up and somebody's like, yo, hey man, you got $1,000 and my rent's fucking 1,000. And they're like, yo, hey, if you can, and I'm talking about homies, you know, not some schmuck off fucking Instagram that's like, yo, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm talking like, you know, a homie's like, yo, hey, I got this fucking investment. I'm the type that's going to be like, okay, well, I got 3 weeks. If I fuck this up, I can try and come up with the rent again.
Yeah,
in
see, you
3
can't.
weeks. That's me.
See, and that's where, and I'm not quite that far. So I'm to the last dollar, but my roof is always going to be secured. Like, so I'll risk everything. It's set for that rent money. And I have risked the rent money in the past, but now I'm just not in that same.
That's a fucked up typo, Jizzy. But hey, what's up, dog?
But yeah, dog, like.
Yeah, she said right now, she said, and you won't do that right now because you learned your lesson. She's right. But she's also right until the next one comes in.
Yeah, so that's why it's I think that's why it's so important to have the discipline and to have like the pay yourself first mode, right? So if you are just doing the regular jobs and not really figuring out the whole sales game and not really putting together the shit yourself, stack that little bit of capital, have that fucking discipline so that you can make a move on something that you want without risking the, you know, the rent money or the some shit like that, right?
He does sales, Jay. Jay Coffee was asking what you do for a living.
Just fucking slang, bro. I can't even speak on it.
Hell yeah, Dizzy. Hey, I'll tell
fuck,
you this
yeah,
though.
me
One
too,
of the
dog.
What's up?
I said, me too. I'm here for the orgy, dog.
Hey,
Just dudes.
I'll tell you this right now, though, bro. If I could not, let's not narrow it down to if I could learn one thing, and but like I, like I do wish that I had family members that were able to teach me about money
Oh
management.
God,
If I
I
had
wish I had
learned,
family members.
I hear you on that.
I hear you, but I hear you, dog.
If I could have learned money management at a young age, because I didn't learn it until I got older in prison. And even then, I'm still horrible at money management because I'm so used to bad spending habits that I'm still trying to break these bad spending habits. Like I got away recently in the last 6 months of spending money on clothes and stuff. And I'm barely just now fucking getting into my head, but I still will go spend, I still have $80 left and I still go buy fucking a little bit of alcohol or some shit, and then there's $20 gone and it's like, oh shit, you got $40 left.
Straight. Yeah,
Now
straight up.
Now this dude's starting to get weird, bro. Now he said, "Can I come in that red beard?" At first he was being funny, but now he's being a fucking goofy ass.
He's a fucking straight
No,
faggot. Can you hear me or
I
not?
normally
Oh,
would
there we
block
go.
people, but fucking shit, it keeps him in my life fucking watching this shit. So go ahead, homie. You want to be on that gay shit?
Just
You
a
look
straight
kind of,
faggot.
and he looks kind of gay. Look, he is a white boy wearing a do-rag
Yeah,
with a red
he's
hat.
definitely out there on the East Coast.
Yeah, hey, he's got a red hat with a do-rag, and then I'm gonna assume that chain and that goofy ass watch. Look at, he's got a tiny ass cell phone, so he definitely can't afford to buy a fucking regular size cell phone. But his chain and his watch definitely are probably from Ross.
It's probably not even him.
It's probably not even him, but for some odd reason, bro, I really feel like that might be him. He probably thinks he's slick. I bet you that right there is his fucking little grinder picture. Or
Little butt grinder.
his little grinder picture.
Damn.
Oh shit. Call me 1800 Jizzbone. Wow. You sound gay, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have nothing against gay people. Hey, salute to you for fucking coming into the live and showing some love, man. I appreciate it.
1800 Jizzbone.
Oh man. The people that come in when they're bored and shit is fucking funny.
Some weird ass shit out there, dog.
He's probably like 15 or 16. That's probably his mom or dad's house. Because in this day and age, most parents aren't married anymore. So we're gonna go with divorce. Definitely looks like he has what do you call it? A racial discrepancy. Not too sure. He's not sure if he wants to be white or if he's trying to break into the 1090 Jake fucking sector. We'll probably see him in G-Dirt. We'll probably see him in 4 or 5 years, and he'll probably have all the crazy.
He probably got his own
stories.
YouTube.
He probably does. He probably does. Now I'm gonna remember that shit. I need to go fucking.
I'll go back and look on that.
Oh, Mike Hunt said it is a meme pic. His picture is a meme. What's up, Wesley? Good to see you in here, brother. Hey, Dirt, you know what I thought about doing, bro? And I got this from Soulja Boy. So I watched an interview with Soulja Boy. So I looked it up, and they still have these. So what I've been thinking about doing, and yes, I'm going to spit this game out right now because I can always delete this live later on. But I thought about getting a fake phone number to where when people call you, they pay you for the call for every so many calls. And I thought about just putting it up like it was my real phone number and then letting people be like, hey, man, you guys got this or that. You guys want to fucking give me suggestions? Because, most people are never going to give me suggestions. They're going to get on there and talk shit. Like the Mike Jones thing, that fool got paid off of all of that shit. I thought about doing that, double dipping.
What do you mean by they pay you to make calls for them?
No. When people call you, and leave messages and shit like that, for every so many calls that you get, I don't know how much it is exactly. Soldier Boy didn't really go into it. One of them, I think, that I looked up, for every like 1,000 calls, somebody will give you like $3.50. But if
Shit,
you
that's
think
what's
about it,
up.
if enough people hate you or hate on you, that's money.
Get into that dough.
You know what I mean? Like, so I've been thinking about doing something like that lately.
Just writing your shit on every bathroom stall and shit.
Yeah, just write it on the stalls, putting it in my lives, putting it at the end of the beginning of my videos. Hey, if you got comments or suggestions, feel free to call in and let me know. When really, I'm never gonna listen to not one of those voicemails.
Straight up. Hey, any way we can get it.
You know what I mean? Hey, fucking an extra $200-$300 a month is an extra $200-$300 a month.
Hey, for real. Absolutely. Like I said, I just told you, I mean, fuck, even with you know, I've done Uber Eats with fucking 30K in my pocket before. It's like I was just sitting on the couch not making any money. So shit, what's another 100, $200-$300
Mm-hmm.
is
Hey,
what it is.
that's an extra $200-$300 Ross shopping spree for me.
That's it. Fuck yeah. I wonder how much money these fools like 1090 put into his YouTube.
I'm curious too, man,
Because
because
I think when you get up there, I think you got to put a little bread
what up, Big
to
Rob?
keep it going.
I would assume so, because you gotta pay for better editing. You gotta pay for better shit. Or is that not what you meant?
Well, I personally think he edits his shit himself.
Yeah.
And that's because it's really not that hard, but you do probably have to have like a subscription, at least like something that's $100 a year, or
Right.
150 a year. But I guess just to outreach the name, maybe. I'm not quite sure.
I can dig that, because I was talking like I was telling you about the
Billboard and
billboard.
shit. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all that shit. Because I figure if 6,000 people see my billboard, let's just keep it little. Let's just say 1,000 people see my billboard a day, and only 100 of them. Let's do less than that. Let's say 50 people subscribe, and let's say 50 people subscribe a day. Whether they stay subscribed or not, they're gonna watch a couple of my videos, right? So when you crunch the numbers in a total of 30 days or 31 days, might even just be better. Oh, that's even better. You might want to test it out on a 31-day month just to get that extra fucking day in it. And I'm giving real low numbers, because I really feel like if 6,000 people on average are passing through the I-17, I really feel like at least realistically 500 are going to at least come to it. Maybe not even subscribe, but let's just say they give me the views. I don't know. That might not make that much money, to be honest, because I really don't know how much YouTube actually will pay once you're monetized. Like, I don't really
I
know.
think you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're getting like hundreds of thousands of views. But so just just for instance, the marketing game.
Okay.
I can always, like, if you want to spend, and I'm not talking about you, I'm saying if a business wants to spend a certain amount, I can get everyone to your website, right?
Okay.
Like you can pay a certain amount, and I can for sure guarantee you that your website views are going to go up. Your people are going to engage with your website more. But how are we going to convert? And so that's a different pot of money.
Okay.
And so that's all I wonder about, right? Because so there's this thing in advertising, it's called the three-legged stool, and it's basically, just to keep it as simple as possible, there's an awareness phase, there's a conversion phase, and then there's like a kind of in the middle.
Okay.
So like an awareness is like your billboard, right? Like, hey, I'm here, you know. But how do we convert? And so people might see you on there and they might check you out. That's awesome. Maybe the views go up. Are they subscribing? So how do we get the subscriptions, right?
Okay.
Like that's just one thing to think about. So a billboard is one good way, one part of the three-legged stool, but it's those conversions, right? Like when you go into like Google Analytics, right? Like there's a lot of, like I know a lot about Google because it's something that is, you know, it's out there and it's new age as far as like digital advertising. Everyone wants to do some type of SEO or SEM. You know, SEO is like the, you know, when you go on Google, you know, SEO is like the organic shit that you find. So when you scroll past the ads and you scroll down past that map, the first company that pops up right there organically, that's a different charge than those ads up top, which are your SEM, which are your Google AdWords, where you're paying for a specific keyword to be entered into Google, right? So just remember that when you're, you know, so you've got the billboard, that's one part of it. And we've got 6,000 people driving by. So say that a small number, just however many goes to your, you know, to the actual check out your YouTube.
Right.
We've got to have something in play to convert or else we're in big trouble. And
okay, that makes sense.
That's always just a small
I was
little
only
thing
looking
on
at one aspect of it then.
Yeah. So you know, and there's different ways to, you know, get them to maybe somewhere else, a landing page or some type of website, something that they like, you know, where then they click on the YouTube video and go from there.
Right.
You know, and social media is huge. Like social media ads are, you know, like we call it geofencing, right? So geofencing is, you know, if you ever look at a plane ticket, you know, to head to Arizona, and now all of a sudden you get on your Facebook and you're scrolling down and the next ad you see is flights for cheap, right? So that ad that follows you all around, right?
Right.
So that is a huge conversion tool because we've already noticed that you've been thinking about it. We've already noticed that you've typed it in. We've already got your information from typing in how you're thinking.
Okay.
So now we're resending you messages on how to convert. So just something to think about when you're really trying, if you're really trying to push whatever you're trying to push, right? So,
okay.
But
see,
yeah,
that all makes sense right there. Like, I didn't think about that other end of that aspect. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, I don't know if you would call it short term, but I guess I was thinking, not a very longevity type of thing. Because I was looking at it like, oh, I just get the view versus keeping them coming back for the views.
For the conversions to subscribers.
Right. Hey, real quick, my bad. Hey, Quan, that right there, that's my boy. I've been talking about this. Got the police thing going on. We're gonna be doing the interview with him. He's the one right there that got jumped by all them cops. That's the one you heard me talking about earlier. All right, Mike. So that makes sense, bro. Like, hey, real quick, Quan, that's my best friend though. Like, me and him, that's my best friend right there. I got a handful, my lady, my daughter, and I got about 3 others that are my best friends. I have a handful. He's one of them. But
smaller than a dot.
Yes, sir. I've learned to keep the circle small. I used to
Got
always want to have 1,000 friends. And then when I got a fucking 1,000 friends, not really, but you know what I mean? I'm
Had
exaggerating. But when you get,
100,000 problems.
yes, sir.
And if
All
you
of a
notice,
sudden.
all the real ass fools, they're all kind of standoffish and just kick it by themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they're all just,
definitely.
it's all the same story.
Yep, definitely. And
But
then you
yeah,
got
bro, it's
1,000 of the problems that aren't yours.
yeah, exactly.
I get stressed out from other people's problems. It's like, oh man,
Hey,
I'm not even
well,
dealing
I
with this
just got
shit.
enough problems of my own. It's like I can't even handle anymore. And all my shit's mental, you know, like money would only be one issue, dog. Like there's a whole motherfucking million of them, you know, out there. So,
Right.
you know, I said it on one of my last videos. I was like, you know, I can get you to the dollar bill, but what you do with it, you know, I can't teach discipline because I don't have any, you
Right.
know, like I've found out ways to get to the dollar bill successfully. But you know, I'm still having problems of my own on how to, you know, go from there.
Right. I hear that. And you know, I'm not gonna lie. For a while, I got sucked into the whole because I'm sure it does work, but I feel like you got to have a lot more capital to play with to really make some good money. But I made not a lot. I probably made like $20 or $30 profit on crypto. But I also didn't have much money. I was the guy that was like, "Oh yeah, it's payday. I'm gonna put $20 in or $50 in," and I wasn't buying anything super big. I was still that little guy trying to buy Dogecoin, and I was just happy. I've never owned anything a million of. So I was happy when I could look on my Dogecoin and be like, yo, I own 28 million Dogecoin. And to me, that made me feel, you know, like want to make more money because 23 million Dogecoin is only like $100.
Well, I got some, you know, stories that are terrible about that. So, I'm addicted to getting money as fast as I can. And
Right.
if it's not turning around, I fucking just dump it. And so I had a lot of these coins, bro. I had the Doge. I didn't have the Doge till after it like super blew up, but I had Shiba at like nothing.
Oh yeah, I
A
had a
whole
lot
ton
of
of these
people.
motherfuckers. I had like 4 fucking ethers, bro. And like the whole point of the story is I'm sitting with this fucking shit, and it was like, you know, a couple months would go by, and you know, like you said, $30-$50. Like fuck this shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking for $35,000, you know? Like, but and so it didn't move fast enough. And then I learned a lot more about crypto. And the truth is if me and you both would have just continued and are still continuing to put $20 in every single paycheck,
Right.
by now, through all the roller coasters, ups and downs, we would have been at a way more significant spot than $50 earned, you know? And so I just, you know,
I'm impatient, bro. That's my part of my problem.
super, super impatient over here. I don't even know what that means. Patience.
Hey, like I want it now. I'm that type of guy, and and to be honest, it's a bad trait. Because I know exactly what you mean. Because look, when I moved back to Arizona, I was like, well, I needed some more money. So I sold all my crypto, even though I didn't want to, and I got my little $350 out. And then I didn't go on my crypto.com app because I did not want to know if I missed out on money. And then about 3 weeks to a month in Arizona, I looked at it and I was like, damn, I'd have made fucking like $800.
Fucking
I had
pisses
just
me
chilled
off.
out.
I know. I literally jumped out before half of this shit blew, and I was just
Yep.
like, oh my God. But again, I had no patience. Like it was just sitting there. And then I would just live at Talking Stick Casino, bro. I would just live at Talking Stick, and sometimes I would live and sometimes I would die. And
Right.
and so it was like, yeah, it was just fucking crazy, bro. Like it, where crypto, or stocks, any of that type of shit, you don't ever lose money unless you sell. So you could put $80 in, it goes to zero. If you don't sell, you still got your $80 as soon as it goes back up. But the
Right.
casino, they take that motherfucker, so
All of it.
but my brain's not triggered for fucking that slow nickel. So,
Yeah, I like the fast dime. Or
oh,
what is it called? The fast dime or slow nickel?
yeah, exactly.
That's funny. Because I'm the same way, man. Like, fuck. And if I had kept it now for the 6 months total that I sold my crypto, babe, like 6-7 months ago I sold it. About that, I probably would have made a couple of $1,000s right now. No joke.
For sure.
Because it went up a couple of zeros, and even though it's 0.0, like when I bought it, it was 0.0 times 8. So when I bought it, it was so cheap, like $1 would get you like 1,000 Dogecoin.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
now it's only got 3 zeros left before it hits $1.
Yeah,
Like, it's
I
pretty
mean,
good right now.
and again, I don't talk too much on YouTube,
Hell yeah,
but
Wesley.
all I can say is I have made some stupid fucking mistakes not being patient.
Yep. Same here, man. So I guess that's
Super,
another
super
thing we
dumb.
could tell people is patience is a virtue. That really is cliche, but sometimes it fucks you though. I started seeing so many videos because I was that guy who was watching. I was watching Dogecoin videos all day. I was watching all those videos, and then like I would have my ups and downs where I would get scared and be like, I really can't afford to lose this $250 fucking dollars right now. But I would
Sure.
just keep it there. But then when it was like I thought I really needed it, I pulled it out, and I bet you $50 when I got to Arizona, I spent fucking probably like $40 on weed. I probably spent like,
For sure, bro.
you know what I mean?
For
I started
sure.
spending on dumb shit when really
Wow.
it was like, damn, you could have just kept that shit in there, bro.
Dog, I feel like just putting my head through the wall right now. Just fucking, you're bringing back flashbacks, dog. Yeah, like fucking, I fucked up big time on all that shit. Like, I never really lost any money. That's not what like pisses me off. I
Right.
lost money by no patience, so I didn't make
Yes.
money. So that's why
Yes.
I'm pissed off, is that I didn't make any money when I know some turds that made some money, dog. And they just,
Right.
all they did was have some patience. And like you said, through that time where I didn't have that patience, and every single time that I don't have patience, I end up
Yep.
burning that money that could have been earning money if I just was allowing the slow situation to occur. So it's like,
Yep.
so it's just like looking back at it, it's like, and that's why I said, no doubt. There is no fucking doubt, dog. You will never in your life catch your boy in a lie. It's just, it doesn't even come out of my mouth. I would be in that millionaire club, dog.
Yep.
Like, but nope. Fucking, I'm in the fucking zero fucking club, dog. Just a fucking straight fucking loser.
Yes, sir. I hear that, bro.
It's
Straight up.
fucking
Hey,
frustrating, bro.
I'm still gonna get into crypto. It's just right now, even like for me right now to put $50 in, I'm strapped like that right now. So for me to put $50 in is better spent elsewhere right now. Even though in the long term, $50 probably make me 150. I just don't even got it like that right now. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those
Well,
things.
there's a lot of yeah, bro. There's a lot of weird shit going on right now in the world. So
Yes.
not sure
Ukraine
that
fucked it up for
any
me.
of those
Ukraine.
things are stable at this second. It's good to just kind of sit back and observe. But I'm like that too. I'm known for waiting too long. Like, where I'll take a look, and then I'll be like, and then I'm like, I should have. And so So I'm known for that too, because I'm a little iffy on the, and then I'll just go fucking risk it all on some high stakes dumb shit. Like, so just
Yeah.
again, I can teach people how to get there. When it comes to discipline, that's not my game.
Yeah, staying there is the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear that, bro. And
For real.
that shit sucks, man. I wish I did have the patience, or you know what I mean, but I just have so much, stuff to pay for, and it's just like, man. Sometimes it's like we look at the smaller picture rather than the big picture. Even though I spent probably like $60 last week just on alcohol alone, and I probably could have bought $60 worth of crypto instead.
Well, yeah, sir, yeah. I mean, fuck, I could write a book on all this shit, like we were talking about. But it's just like, as long as we, because the first step they say is always admitting, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
we've both got the first step down. So we're both admitting the faults here instead of trying to place the blame, right?
Yeah.
So as long as we're aware, there's hope that things change for the future. That's all I got.
Yeah. Hey, straight up, man. I'm in the
That's
same fucking boat.
that's it, bro. It's like fuck.
Like I said, man, I wish I would have known about finance. Like, if I could go back, and it's not even like some people I've heard say, well, if I would have known better, I would have got an education. Nah, for me, I would have got an education on finances and investing, because there was
Well,
points and
and like I
times
would
for
do a
you and
lot
I.
more of that shit on my channel, bro, because I know all that like really well now.
Good.
But
You
like
should let me interview you one day, like, because that's what I
people
like
don't want to
doing.
see it though. People don't want to see like how to get out of this because it takes work ethic and it takes changing the thought pattern, right? And
Yeah,
it's like it's hard to do, bro. So it's like, but I don't know, man. Like that's what I would really like to do though, is just because for instance, like I've gone as far, bro, as so like I have a
back
whiteboard.
wrestling.
I've
Yeah,
got a whiteboard in my bedroom that has every the next 30 checks on it. It's got the next breakdown of however many months. It's got
kind of like The Secret in a way, but not really.
I don't know because I've never watched that, or I don't really watch TV, but it's just like all I can compare it to is when you're in a sales office, there's a sales war board, and that war board has everything on there on the attack plan. And so it's just a written out battlefield of my finances, basically. And so
Right.
it doesn't always go how I planned it, but I've gone as far, bro, as doing the envelope thing, or I've gone as far as like, fuck, I keep fucking off all my money. I'll go open up a bank account, and then they'll ask me if I want a debit card, and I'll say no. So and then I'll start having my checks direct deposited to that bank account,
Yeah,
so that I have to actually physically walk into that bank, as opposed to have a debit card where I can just start swipe,
yeah,
and then I'll go take out that little, whatever. I'll try
right.
just the smallest budget, $150 or some shit, you
Yeah,
know. Now remember, I'm always looking at multiple revenue. So like again, I don't sit at that one. Like I will never be at that job again. This $20 an hour for fucking 9-hour days, and I'm hoping to get $80.
right.
Like I'm gonna have 4 jobs at a time, and I'm gonna be, now. What does that mean? Well, that just means
Right.
4 people are paying you, right? So so finding that, right?
Yeah,
So just making sure that a couple of those checks are deposited into a place where the debit card does not exist, so
yeah.
that you know what I mean, so that I can just stack up over there real quick.
G Dirt. Something you should think about, bro. Because uh, Jay Williams told me to find my lane, right? And I really enjoy chopping it up with people and doing interviews. If you're up for it, if not, no worries. But one of these days, bro, we should set up where I interview you, bro. Because I feel like just from because I've heard a lot about your childhood. I probably only heard probably like 25% of it, if that. And I'm already like, when I hear how you grew up, the shit you went through, and then where you come to now, and the knowledge that you have to give people, I really feel like, man, you and I, we already have a good dynamic. Obviously, we've been talking on here for an hour and a half of not just bullshit. This is real shit that we're giving. We're giving our fucking mistakes, our successes. We're giving where shit we should have done this. But I really feel like an interview with you, if you're ever up for it. If not, like I said, no worries, no hard feelings. I get it. Most people don't really like to, but
yeah. See, when I first started YouTube, like I had hella fools hitting me up to do interviews. Big Lance was hitting me up every 5 minutes. But I had just made some videos about. Actually, I made a video about Big Lance. And so he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, let's do a video." And then he hit me up, and then he didn't hit me up every 5 minutes for too long. So don't get the words twisted, because that's what YouTube likes to do. But he hit me up a few times within a short period of time, and I was like, you know what, like, I'm straight, dog. And the reason why is because, like, I am an 80s baby, bro. I am a dude that doesn't, like, I don't like to put it all out there, bro. Like, I don't like to really show all the cards, bro. Like, I'll give a little, like, probably this live is the most I've ever given in YouTube history. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, I feel honored, damn, bro. Let's go.
You know what I mean? It's just because because YouTube for me isn't about what I'm doing outside of YouTube. You know what I mean? And so you have all these people trying to debunk, because I could be like, yeah, dog, I've been in a shootout. I would have 50 trolls just tell me I was lying anyway. You know what I mean? So I don't have to tell you if I've been with a burner in my hand fucking and ducking shots. Like, you see what I'm saying? Because for me, it doesn't really matter what other people think or feel. And so it's just like, for me, an interview is kind of like, you put your shit out there. I'm in a small city, like, it's real easy to, like, you could just do some quick research, exactly who I am. Like, other than that, it's like.
So are you saying no on the interview?
I'm a little iffy on any interview. You know what I mean? And maybe we could just pre-talk about it so that it's like. But I do like the idea of, because out of my neighborhood, I am really kind of a success story. And that's what I've tried to, since my mom passed away, I've really tried to dedicate my time to really just changing the minds of people and so that we're not wasting any more time with these fucking.
What if I came up with because I'm trying to come up with things to do to where I have something that I'm producing every day of the week. Because I'm learning with YouTube, it's consistency, right? And what if I came up with, because I know you don't always have the time to sit there and do these type of lives, right? Because this is very rare that you get on. I think I've had you on like 2 or 3 lives out of all the lives I've done. So when you come on, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, it's Jeter. He don't ever get on shit. You know what I mean? So with that being said, what if
we could definitely find some, we can definitely pre-plan some subjects to talk over for sure.
Yeah, and then we could even record them to where it's like,
because I actually did the closest thing I did to an interview was like 3 years ago, just because Clown Loke was coming up at the same time I was, and he's actually got like a part 1 and part 2 with me from like 4 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago. And so there I kind of go into just a little bit, but not really. You know what I mean? Like some things are just like no comment, you know, like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, fucking,
We could
like,
even do like where you and I just sit there, and it doesn't have to be on a live, or we could just sit there and chop it up, and then we could split that motherfucker up into 4 weeks worth of content.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So that way,
Yeah.
it
We
doesn't
could
take
just
up too much
touch
of
on a
your time.
variety of subjects for sure.
Because it doesn't have to necessarily be about all the gangster shit that you did. Because we know what's up. You know, the people that really know you, hey, you know, for the most part, we know what's up with G Dirt. You know what I mean? So why not look past all the gangster shit and get to and do a segment where it's like where talk about financials and how to get ahead and your mistakes and what you would have done to correct them, or my mistakes and what I would have done. You know what I mean? Because like right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah. We
the
can
stuff
break
you've
off
been
into some
spitting,
different, for sure, into some different segments.
yeah.
And
Because
like my gangster shit stops at, you know, like 24, 25. Like, you know, now, because gangster shit is different than being involved in poverty and being born in poverty and just
definitely
hitting licks or, you know, getting caught with a couple ounces of weed and a firearm. Like, you know what I mean? Like back, like I never went to adult prison. I've been to the county jail a few times. I was actually in youth prison. You know what I mean? So like I I learned early what I felt like I learned early,
right.
and I did get a couple felonies as an adult, but bro, I waited 7 years, got my shit
And
expunged. None of them were big deals.
I've always I think I've made it decently clear to you that I've always fucked with your content since I met you. Like because you're always spitting some real knowledge. Even when you do your quick shorts and your lives, you know, I might not always catch them at that moment, but I end up watching them and I always like it. Uh, I just kind of feel like you have a lot more to offer, and not only that, but you can appeal to the kids that didn't grow up with shit. Because let's be real, you didn't grow up with shit. You
Oh
grew up
god.
in you grew up in a fucked up household. Okay, I've talked about it. My mom, I'm not going to say it again because I don't know if I feel comfortable yet, but my mom worked in a government job.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I did grow up poor growing up, but then my mom worked her fucking ass off to get to where she's at now, to where she has a micro farm. She actually has a YouTube where she does micro
Yeah,
farm.
see.
You know what I mean? So my mom
See,
we
my
went
mom
from
was like my mom was on pills and social
see,
security. Like
no,
we moved to Oregon cuz my mom got 2 strikes in Cali. Like,
nah. See,
you know
I
what I
didn't
mean?
grow up like that. My
Like
mom thinks if you drink 3 times a year, you're a certified alcoholic, bruh. You dig what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
my mom was like hey, she'll buy me beer at 14 and ask me if I fucking want to do a line of coke with her as well.
yeah, no, my mom was like, if you had a beer at 18, you're a fucking alcoholic.
You're just a piece of shit for life.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, and she's a good woman. She has her quirks, of course, you know what I mean? But I didn't grow up in the same environment, but I turned out kind of worse than you because I went to prison. I got caught for shit. I fucking, you know, if I told people what my mom's government job was, you know what it is. But if I told
Yeah.
people what my mom's government job was, they would trip out and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Because
everyone
me
would
and
have a
her,
new set of opinions that like
yeah, you
yeah,
know what I mean.
but it is
So,
what it is. I mean, you know, like
but I feel
fuck
like
them.
your version of a story. And we don't even have to do a story, like we said. Hey, bro, like just you and I could do like a 2 or 3 hour video, and that splits up into a month and a half of content.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Guaranteed. You know what I mean? Because why give everybody, like you said, why show all your cards at once? Right? You know what I mean? Like, because I like listening to your advice, bro. I like listening to the stuff that you have to say. If I didn't, you and I wouldn't be up here this whole time.
For
But
Showski.
I for surely I for sure like fucking listening to what you have to say because you and I are coming from two different perspectives. Like I said, I might not have grown up with money, but I grew up poor. But then my mom worked her three jobs,
Yeah, she
and
did
then
what she had to fucking make it work for sure.
right, and then eventually it grew up. I grew up to where we didn't have to worry about the lights being turned off. Not that
Yeah,
she
we
made a shit
basically,
ton of
to be
money.
honest, bro, it's almost like so like we grew up differently from the beginning and then went different ways as adults. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, hey,
I never hit the
definitely.
pen. Um,
Yeah,
you know what I
but
mean?
we, hey,
But that doesn't mean that. See, and that's another thing why I started my YouTube was because your buddy K Frog or whatever the fuck that fool's name was talking about how you only lived a certain way if you hit the pen, and it was like, well, maybe in the pen, but like when you actually live in those neighborhoods, like there's politics in the neighborhood, bro. There's you know what I mean? Like you're a bitch
yeah,
if you don't participate in the neighborhood. So
yep.
some of us got lucky.
And you know what's fucked up is that look, so like sometimes I come off like I'm trying to sound super gangster, right? And sometimes, but that's just naturally how I am. Hey, if we're in a store and somebody says something certain to me, I'm not gonna lie because my lady's sitting right here next to me and she'll call me out in front of anybody. But look, let's just be real. Like if we're in a store, there's a lot of times where I'm like, "Yo, babe, just chill out." Like, "Hey, don't say nothing." And it's not because I'm scared. It's because like I don't want to get into more trouble because I'm the type. Hey, if somebody's saying something sideways, I'm the type of person I will punch you right in the fucking mouth. I don't
Me too.
care about going to prison and going to jail. That shit to me is a vacation because not only do I get to not do nothing and I don't have to go to work, but I get to do my favorite thing beat people the fuck up. That's my favorite fucking shit. I love
This fool.
doing that, right? So here's the thing. Here's where I'm getting at is you and I grew up in two different lifestyles, right? I was grounded most of my childhood. My mom will tell anybody because my mom wanted to get on and do an interview. I'm not gonna lie to you. She wanted to get on and do an interview. Um, she'll tell motherfuckers I was grounded probably 80% of my childhood. And when I say grounded, I burned down 3 acres of military base. All right. I was grounded to my room with the deadbolt turned on the opposite side. They took the doorknob off and put the deadbolt on, and I spent an entire summer. It was a 3 month summer. I spent 2 months locked in my room with nothing but clothes and a mattress. And when I say clothes, they took the dresser from my room. I literally had a mattress and clothes folded on the floor. For 2 months, my grandmother saved me and had me fly out to Arizona from California to spend the last month of my summer that summer with her because she felt that my mother was being cruel to me. I got fed in my room. In order for me to go to the bathroom, I had to knock on the door and wait for somebody to hear my knock and come up and let me go to the fucking bathroom. Like I
It's
was
wild.
grounded most of my childhood. Everybody else was running the streets and selling drugs and doing drugs at 13. I didn't know what drugs were until I was about 17, 16. Well, really, really knew what drugs were. I didn't even use drugs until I was 19, 18. But I was doing other shit. I was on military bases, running around to fucking Rosary Yard, what they called the Rosary Yard. And it was where they kept all of the decommissioned. Bro, look, hey, I was 13, 12 years old with mortar launchers shooting
This fool.
potatoes out of mortar launchers 6, 7 miles from the housing development. I was making pipe bombs at 12. 13 years
straight
old.
up.
I was blowing shit up. I was in a different kind of trouble. I wasn't necessarily doing drugs and running around with gangbangers and shit like that. I didn't even drink till I was 18 years old, bro. I didn't smoke
That's
cigarettes.
fucking wild, bro.
Right. But I was in trouble
Shit.
all the time. Do you know how many times MPs, for people who don't know what MPs are, that's military police. Do you know how many times I got brought home? Hey, one time I found a laptop, a green laptop at the bottom of a river that me and my friends were hiking through. We were like 3 or 4 miles into the fucking in Texas. We were like 3 or 4. So Fort Hood is the biggest known military base in the world. Now there's other military bases. That's why I say known. I could go from one housing development and I could go 3 miles in and I could find practice grenade rounds. When I say practice grenade rounds, they had silver bulbs on the bottom and blue levers, and they were practice rounds. They were full of air. And I remember we used to go through there. One time I found a green laptop at the bottom of a river, and I brought it home to my stepdad. And he was like, "Where did you get this?" And I pulled out one of his maps from the military that had like green duct tape around the edges. And he was like, "You guys have been using this?" And I was like, "Yeah, we know where everything is." And I had to take the MPs. It took us almost 7.5 hours to take them through the woods to the fucking part of the river that we found a green laptop on. And you know what I mean? Like we were doing other shit, like running up on, hey, we would like be hiding in camo, full camo. So you got to understand that my stepdad's friends were like snipers and fucking infantry. I learned how to, if anybody knows what a ghillie suit is, I learned how to make a ghillie suit at fucking 11 years old. So we would be in like full on ghillie suits that we made as kids, hiding in a river in BDUs. BDUs is like this. Yeah, I know you probably know, but like I'm saying for other people, BDUs are the old fucking military uniforms. Now they have ECUs, but BDUs, we used to wear our fucking parents' work clothes, and we would be hiding in the little like rivers by golf courses, and we would run up and we would fucking steal commanders and fucking lieutenants fucking golf clubs off their golf cars, and we would take off running. And then we would take them to my buddy's sister, and she was 19 at the time, and she would take them to pawn shops and she would fucking sell them for us and give us fucking a small percentage of the money. I'm sure we were getting fucked because we were like fucking 11 and 12 years old. We were doing different shit.
That's some different shit, dog.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I might not have been getting in the same trouble as other motherfuckers that were running the streets and popping off guns, but I was making pipe bombs and doing crazy fucking shit. I've never thrown a real grenade. I'm not gonna lie. I've never thrown a real grenade, but I almost had my hand blown off by a practice grenade that I found in a river, and it was air pressurized. It had a bulb with the blue fucking handle on it and shit. And I remember my buddy pulled the pin on it, and he was like, "Oh shit, it's getting hot." And he threw it towards me, and right before it got about 6 feet in front of me, it just blew up. Boof. But if I had caught that shit, it would have blown my whole fucking hand off. And the type of dudes that were getting in trouble, look, I remember this dude who caught on fire, because you got to understand, we had military grade stuff. My stepdad, I took his military survival handbook. It taught you how to survive in desert, jungle. There was 4 other environments, snow, shit like that. And it taught you how to survive. Each chapter taught you how to survive. I can fish to where I can literally put sticks in the ground on a river, and I can have a little tiny opening to where a fish will come in. All I got to do is stab that bitch with a fucking stick, because it cannot get out. So we memorized that shit. We were doing crazy different shit. Like, people were popping off guns. Well, you were popping off guns, but I was popping off bombs. I was making.
Nah, dude, I wasn't popping off guns. I always had guns. I was
What up, Diablo?
I was on a skateboard or a fucking BMX. I was in the neighborhood with the crackheads and the fiends and shit.
See? And I didn't know what drugs were really. I knew what drugs were, bro. But look, I didn't know what drugs really were until I was about 19 or 20, bro. My mom sheltered me so fucking much, bro. Like
That's
I
fucking
didn't.
wild.
So when I got so that's the biggest thing. If I can give any parents some advice, yes, shelter your kids, but don't shelter them too much. Because once I realized what the real world was
It's
like,
fucking go off the handle.
bro, I was going nuts. To me, fucking shooting guns and shit like that, that was normal. My stepdad would take me to shoot M16s on school breaks. You know what I mean? We'd go to the shooting range and I'd shoot M16s and 9 mils. One time he pulled me out of school so that I could meet the NASA fucking team. So check this out. In Fort Hood, one time I was in middle school, they landed to refuel before they went somewhere else. I don't know, but it was the space shuttle. I'll have to get pictures from him. I'll see if he has pictures of it. My stepdad. He's not married to my mom now, but I lived with him recently, and we kind of made rekindle things. I'll see if he's got pictures of it. But like he pulled me out of school to meet the whole NASA team in like 1998 because they landed to do fucking, you know what I mean? There was time I got crazy stories about growing up on a military base. Like shit, people would probably be like, "You're fucking full of shit." So that's what I'm saying is, you and I grew up two different ways, but we grew up
Pretty much the same, though. Yeah.
pretty much the same. Like I just got in trouble in different ways.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No, I remember. I mean, when I was young, it was just
Hell yeah, Wesley.
lots of drugs, but it was never like. It was never
Clean.
like heroin or anything. It was just like a lot of fucking acid, mushrooms, ecstasy, ketamine. You
I
know, a
didn't
lot
do
of
all that shit till I got older, bro. I
lot of
didn't go into my first K hole until I was 20 years old.
that's wild, bro. That's wild.
I didn't smoke cigarettes, bro, till I was 18, but I played sports my whole life, dirt. So for me, I was an athlete and sports was my whole life. I played football
See, I
and
lost my
baseball.
first homeboy to some type of liver failure at like 25, bro, 26, because
Much love, Diablo.
we're drinking fucking half gallons starting at 13.
God, that's
You know, so
crazy,
at
bro.
25, we're already 12 years deep into. I mean, I stopped like heavily drinking at like 26 because I
That's
lost
crazy.
a couple of my boys already, and my liver enzymes are through the roof and are still fucked up to this day, even without drinking. Like fucking holding on and shit.
Yo, that's crazy, Dirt. See, like I said, I didn't grow up like that. My mom was not an alcoholic. I say this all the time. I told motherfuckers in prison this shit. And I'm telling you, like, I knew dudes that were like, yo, my dad was shooting me up with meth at 13 years old just so he didn't have to do meth by himself. And I'm honest with people. I don't gotta lie to sound like this, that, and the third. And I would tell them, like, damn, my mom, I didn't grow up with an alcoholic mother or a drug addict mother. I just made bad decisions.
Yeah. Well, my mom was a pillhead. That was her thing. But fucking well, I kind of I don't know, man. I don't want to say it's like you can kind of see, but you can kind of see the difference before you actually get to know someone. Because like for me, I've seen a lot of bodies turn yellow or purple or these different colors, bro, whether it's from overdoses or whatever it is. And after losing so many people, it's like, it really does. And for me, at least,
Right.
I've got a heart though. And I've never like been like, oh, I'm Mr. No Heart. Dog, no one's pulling up, dog, without a real big problem. I can promise. But I just don't present myself like that.
Right.
And so after a certain amount of people that leave you early,
Right.
like I really do believe that has an effect. Like that made me not really want to either put myself in that position where my mom would be,
Definitely.
you know, having to bury me like my homeboy's mom, we just had to bury him. Like,
Right.
you know, so different shit like that. And you can kind of see that, like, I really had beefs when I was younger. I really had a lot of, now these beefs stimulated from tagging crews and just different neighborhood
Right.
issues. But I was never in a gang, but you're also affiliated with kind of who's around your area. But like, you know,
Hey,
I guess what I'm trying to say is at an early age, when you like at a certain point, I just seen all this shit and I was like, you know, I'm trying to distance myself. I just feel like you know, like you can kind of see when someone loses a whole bunch of people early.
right.
Like, I don't want to go out there. Like, I know what it's like to have 30 people show up at my door, dog, and kick that motherfucker in. You so if you don't want to have that happen, because maybe that's happened too many times, or maybe you know someone's door that got kicked in, that got blasted, or that got robbed for all their shit, or that got fucking out here as a mandatory 5 years, 10 months. You know, it's like you just kind of present yourself differently. So that's why, like, for me, it's just better for me to not, like, I don't ever put my chest out. Like, I'm like just a normal guy.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's better for me to be like that because it's you know, so yeah, so I feel like when there's a lot of death and a lot of hardships younger, like in different ways, then I feel like as you get older, you kind of like, all right, man, like, is it that serious? Like, is it that
Right.
serious to see someone who's gonna see that body, those bodies, dude? I don't know if you've ever seen them. I don't know how many you've seen, bro, but they start turning yellow and then they
Yeah,
start
yeah.
turning purple, dog, and it's a
Yes, sir.
fucking weird ass look.
See, and
And
I
like,
didn't see that shit till I was later on, until I put myself in those type of situations, because I always felt
yeah,
like
so
being
it's
white.
just you know, for me, like, I would rather see people do well, and I would
Definitely,
rather get people out of their current situation. Like, as far as fighting and shit, yeah, dog. Dog.
yeah,
The other day I was at this light. My fucking girl doesn't know if I'm gonna smoke this full or not because she knows I'm just insane. But I'm not gonna talk like I'm insane on you. I just don't, like me. I don't talk like I'm insane on YouTube. I just talk like a normal. I don't know who's watching. 6 people in the chat, 4 police officers. I don't fucking know. So I've never been around anything other than poverty, skateboards, and
yeah,
fucking, you know, yeah, just like every other teenager, I was getting fucked up young. And it's just unfortunate that a lot of people that I know didn't make it. Like,
yeah.
and so that's how I try to keep it on the net. It's because that's, anything else is just like, oh yeah, right, or oh man, fucking now, who's watching the channel, dog? Like,
Yeah,
who's tapped
no,
into my
definitely.
fucking phone now? You know, I'm a
Yeah.
fucking weirdo. So
And just for any trolls, that my mom did whoop me. If I ever do an interview on with her, she'll tell y'all. I used to get beat with a switch, a hanger, extension cords. Like, my mom beat my ass. I just didn't give a fuck. I did not care. So imagine how I would have been if I grew up in your situation, Dirt. If I was able to
yeah,
just run around, like I ran around because I didn't give a fuck.
but you also might have got that shit out of your system early.
I
You
might have.
you
But then,
you just never know. But it's not often though. For the
mhm,
majority of people, um, again, what really saved me, and I've talked about it a million times, is the first thing being getting out of the neighborhood. So
Right.
when you're surrounded by everyone else that's doing the same thing, that's pulling these licks and looking for the next person to jack and doing all this fucking different, we're trying to find any way we can to get high. We're trying to find any way we can to get fucking faded. And that's what we wake up plotting to do. That's it.
Yep. And you
And
know what's
and
crazy?
and
That
so I
Go
thought
ahead,
that
go ahead.
I thought that's what you do. And you definitely don't take disrespect. But once you move out of the neighborhood and you start understanding that, what the fuck is all this, like, all this shit that people are fucking going on about? Like, what is all this drama over here that's unnecessary? Like, I noticed that all of a sudden I don't have any drama if I'm not connected to the neighborhood.
And it's funny you say that, Dirt, because for me to stay sober is all about who I surround myself with, because I'm very influential. I can influence people, but also I'm very influential on myself, and I know that. And that's one of the things that's kept me sober, is that I know I cannot hang around homies that are doing meth and heroin, because I know I might stay sober for a little bit. But once I
For
fucking
sure.
keep hanging around, eventually, it doesn't matter how long I've been. I was sober for 4 years. I relapsed 3 years ago. All right. And I thought that I could hang around people, because the dude he didn't get me to relapse. I relapsed on my own. I'm a grown ass motherfucking man. We were
For real.
driving home from work one day, and I just wasn't strong enough. We were driving home from work one day, and he was like, "Hey, just so you know, anybody rides in my truck, you got to be cool with me getting high." And he was doing meth. And I was like, "Yo, let me hit that shit, bro." And he was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good, bro. I can do it just a little bit." This is a little over 3 years ago. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good, bro. I can do it. We're cool." And so I fucking did it. And I was cool. Now, don't get me wrong. I went home to my lady, and I'm sitting there trying to be straight. I'm like, "Oh, shit. I'm on bug-eyed. I'm fucking," you know what I mean? And from there, it was over. It took about a year. But after that, the last time, so she picked me up. This is why I can't leave her. Like, her and I are always together. We have our issues, but I always come back, because when nobody else would take me back, nobody, including my brothers, my mother, nobody, this woman picked me up, because she told me we had split up. It'd been about 3 months when I really got bad. She knew I was using drugs before that, but it got really bad. And she said, "Listen, I love you." And I always remember, she said, "I love you. When you're ready to get straight, call me." And 3 months later, I called her, and this woman picked me up while I was wearing 2 different shoes, no socks. I had a pair of Dickies on that had a rip from the top of my button on my pants all the way down to my leg, and I had half a shirt on and a shoelace for a fucking belt, and was burnt the fuck out. She picked me up. And in 1 hour, she came and picked me up. She said, "What do you want to do?" She said, "If you don't want to get help, then I don't know what to tell you." And I said, "No, look, I'm too old for this shit. I cannot do this shit no more." She said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Call my aunt. Because my aunt did 10 years in prison for kidnapping and shit. She kidnapped a grown ass man, duct taped him up and everything. To this day, she can't have duct tape and like 3 other items in her car, or else she'll be fucked." And she works with people that are in recovery. And I said, "Call my aunt and tell her that I'm ready." And she said, "Okay." And she called my aunt. My aunt talked to me for about 5 minutes. I was still high on heroin. I was passing out on the phone, because right before she picked me up, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do dope anymore. So I went to the homie and I was like, "Yo, hey, let me get a 20 sack and I'll pay you on Monday." No, it was fucking Tuesday. So I knew I wasn't paying him, but I just said, I
Hey,
had to
but
get
just to
high.
make that phone call though, bro, it takes a
Yeah.
lot just to even fucking
And ever since then, I've been
get
sober.
away from that situation, bro, because
Yep.
that's that is the end of a lot of folks.
Oh yeah, you guys, people don't realize, but I've overdosed 8 times in my drug addiction. 8 fucking times. 2 times I had to have epinephrine fucking injected into my chest. Other than that,
Yeah, it's wild.
yeah. So I've had a like for me to be here and not be brain dead. Don't get me wrong, I am much slower than I was 7 years ago. The drugs did fuck my brain up. The overdoses did fuck my brain up.
Oh, for sure.
As witty as I might sound, I'm not as witty as I was 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I could remember 30 or 40 phone numbers and not have to use a cell phone to remember my phone numbers. Now, I can barely remember what I did fucking 6 months ago on
And
certain
that might
things.
be a little bit all of us, though.
Right. You know what I mean? So if I can give any advice to new parents, shelter your kids, but don't shelter them too much. Because when you shelter them too much, I can tell you from personal experience, we want to experience everything.
Fly
We
the
want
fuck off the hinge.
Yes.
You love them and you
But also the love and the trust too, like my lady said right now.
know that you trust them, they're going to do things and they're going to think,
Well,
okay,
my mom trusted me. So like my mom trusted me in high school. Like she didn't know that I wasn't drinking. So she would let me go to parties till 5 o'clock in the morning. She didn't trust me until later on when she caught me selling weed and doing different dumbass shit. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, just to give G Dirt the fucking run back on. I didn't grow up the same way. I just made shitty ass decisions. So I salute you
Well,
for
if it
doing
makes you
the
feel
things
any
you
better,
have
I
done.
still make them. I
We
still
all
make them
do.
daily. I feel you.
We all do, bro. That's the fucked up part is we
That's it.
all
That's for
do.
real. That's what I'm saying. So
you don't make those kind of mistakes.
I try
we
not to
all
make
got the
those
first
type of
step
mistakes.
down.
Definitely. And I'm the first person when I fuck up, I'm the type of person I'll admit when I'm wrong. Like for example, with Lance off the yard, big Lance off the yard, I had only heard some shit.
Yeah,
And I didn't have absolute proof. I didn't have paperwork. I didn't have absolute proof. I went off of what other people on YouTube were saying. And I
straight
made
up.
a video, but I took it down when I realized I was like, oh shit. There's nothing really legit to that. And I Instagram messaged that dude and told him, hey, look, man, I apologize. I was out of pocket on certain things, and I apologize. I'm not opposed to admitting when I'm wrong or when I fucked up. Only if I truly believe I was wrong. If I don't believe I'm wrong, I'm never going to admit that I was wrong. Ever. Not in a
Yeah, for
million
sure.
years. I'll apologize for it, but I will not truly believe that I'm wrong, and I will still argue about it. Even though, but that's just how I am. You know what I mean? Like, I'll admit that I'm wrong, though. I'll be the first person to be like, yo, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I shouldn't have said this or done that. And I gave that Big Lance example because him and I have recently rekindled things and made up on things, and I fuck with dude. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. No, that's good to see too, because I've always felt that Lance is a good dude, and
Appreciate you, Bigfoot.
like that's well, and that's what's so fucking weird about YouTube too, right? So you might have dude that you fuck with over here that's cool, and then over here dude's cool, and everyone's got no one knows anyone from day one. These aren't none
Right.
of us are fucking bros from the fucking neighborhood, like fucking, and so you have to come up with your own opinion, and a lot of opinion is it comes from all these other videos that other people make and shit,
Facts.
and then and then you go in and you check out their shit, or you might see one little mannerism that like me, I thought it was funky. Like I was watching Milk 7-4, and I thought it was funky that this fool had this long ass hair, You know, now that's just because all the fucking fools that had long ass hair out here were fucking rocker bros. Now I got a lot of them, but this fool was coming off as like a gangbanger white dude. This fool's like a $1.15. He was not a factor in the neighborhood. It just doesn't matter, bro. Like we had already seen the video of the homeboys, you know, filming him while he's getting faded and falling all over himself and fucking shit like that. Like, and he was the homeboy. Like we had people in the neighborhood like that where we would, we would slap the shit, we would choke the shit out of them. We would choke them out. We would skimp their bag. We would fucking, if they called us for anything more than a fucking, for a quarter or more, we were just fucking so stoked that day because, we give them a fucking 1/8 for a fucking as a quarter and then make that fool smoke the rest with us. Like,
yeah,
we would get that fool so faded that fucking he couldn't even breathe. And then we fucking, whatever, light dog shit on fire on his porch or some shit. Like, that's who Milk 74 was. This guy has never been some type of just major player in the game. Like, come on.
Well, you can tell, the reason why I fuck with Milk 74 over the Pinos and all the other
he's from the West Coast.
Because so far he has nothing goofy really coming out about him.
He has though. He has a couple goofy ass fucking mannerisms. Like, for instance, like he was sitting there calling at like just on Pino coming to the fucking to California. And I'm not gonna get into too much. There's some things that I like about dude, and he makes me laugh, and fucking he's a chill dude. I'm sure that what I'm trying to say is not everybody's perfect, dog. You know what I mean? Like, there's just gonna be things about everyone that you might not like, and so you got to judge for yourself. But definitely. But with that fool, he did do some bitch ass shit, bro. He straight up got a 1.5 month warning from Pino that he was coming out there and to set up where he wanted to fight. He agreed to it, and he was all fucking talk about it. Then fucking 2 weeks or a week before it actually went down, he started backing out how it needed to be on the street, not in a fucking gym, not where all this fucking bullshit. Okay, dog, that's just like the same thing that Domi did with Allen. Like, oh, if you're going to meet me, dog, it's going to be in the alley and it's going to be on this road and it's going to be at this time. Okay, dog, like, who the fuck are you, bro? Like,
I get that.
No, dog, because you know what's going to happen if you meet Allen on fucking street beefs, dog. You're going to get beat to death.
Yeah,
so it's the same game that fucking Milk played, because Milk knows that he can't take Pino, which is a damn shame. And and then at the same time, all Milk's lives are like fucking, he's going live all about this shit. Well, then, like me, I was paying attention to it. I was wrapped in a little rabbit hole, high as a motherfucker, like watching the shit, right? And this fool fucking all of a sudden doesn't go live, and he posts a video that he's walking the streets looking for Pino, like just walking random Los Angeles streets in front of his apartment looking for Pino. Like, come on, dog. And then Pino lands, and then Pino goes live, and now he's rolling around with Mighty Mouse, and Milk 74 is dead on the internet for like fucking 8 hours. And now all of a sudden, Milk 74 is live with two of his homeboys after Pino was like, yeah, I'm going to call, like, hey, fuck you, dog. Like, you're just straight bucking. Like, this is little kid shit. And then so at like midnight, all of a sudden, Milk's like, it took him from 7 a.m. till midnight to find two homeboys that he could fucking feel comfortable with on the fucking corner after talking all that hoorah for fucking. So it's just not really respected. Like, come on, bro. Like,
we can tell too. Look, hey, I don't care if you've had your ass beat 20 times in your lifetime. That's a lot of times to get beat up 20 times. I'm just giving a crazy number right now. Let's just say you had your ass beat 20 times. I'm not gonna lie. When Milk posted the video of him fighting, going at the bag, I was like, "Yo, this dude's probably been in one fight his entire fucking life." Because after you get beat up 20 times, you're gonna realize, all right, I can't fight like that anymore. Same with Pino. Pino was punching the bag. I mean, with Minor Mouse. Everybody's seen the video that I made with Minor Mouse and fucking Pino. Hey, those two goofballs cannot fight for dick.
Nah, dude, but they don't. They're not like.
What up, Thomas?
So again, there's these personas that people are putting on, and that's why I never make sure to make mine. That's why I never make my persona a hard one, is because there's someone out there that can whoop me for sure. None of the I haven't seen any of these girls yet. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna come at them negatively, but this dude, like these dudes walk around like they can never get whooped on. Like Pino, we know who Pino is. Pino is actually Brandon Smart. He is a guy that at 22 years old snitched on his own brother. Like this dude was literally stealing cigarette butts out of fucking Honda Civics at 22 years old, dog. And then he's going to go on YouTube however many years later and try to convince me that this is someone I should be afraid of.
Right.
Like, okay, dog, like, come on, bro. That might work for someone that just is. That might work for Milk 74. I don't know. But actually, Milk was growing up in it, so I raised in it, so it won't work there either. But I'm just trying to say, like that's like King Domi, right? So King Domi was a weirdo, kind of like one of those guys that's probably hella controlling over his bitch and like just hella strange and weird. But when but King Shine is actually a really good person. This is all my opinion. And so King Shine probably felt bad. And so he took him under his wing and was like, hey, I'm going to make. And so he got a little bit of love from someone that's looked at as a big dog. And so now all of a sudden his chest got bigger. So, of course, in order to keep that love, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to go first. Okay, cool. So, but that's not who this fool was. That's not who this fool, like before that, he was little fucking scared frail boy, I bet. Like, you see what I'm saying? So none of these like personas
Did you ever see that article where Pino found a dead baby wrapped up in a river?
I don't think I've seen the article, but I do remember, I think you saying something about it.
Yo, I actually found, I could probably Google it, honestly, right now. This is something legit that I could prove. Hey, this dude, Brandon Smart, legit found a baby wrapped up in some cloth.
This is for real what Thomas said. That's for real.
Yeah, this is real ass shit. This fool actually found a baby wrapped up in a cloth in a river in Florida. At like,
and I don't know and I don't mean to cut you off, brother.
You're good. You're good.
I was just reading this comment because I just seen it, but like, yeah, maybe not that you can't fight, but you definitely ain't been a fighter if you haven't got beaten before. That's for sure. You haven't been in enough. Like I hear fools like, oh, I've never been whooped. Oh, well, then you probably only been in a couple of them, dog, because
straight up,
if you really been living that life, like someone will come back around with more people and they will whoop you. Someone will come back with an object and they will whoop you. But we'll find a way to come whoop you, dog. Like,
you know what's funny is I always laugh at when Joe Pesci in Casino, when he's like, hey man, if you beat him, he's gonna come back with a bat. You beat him, then he's gonna come back with a knife. You beat him, he's gonna come back with a gun. Hey, I'm a sore loser. All right, I'm gonna be honest. So if somebody beats me up, not in a ring, if we have like a legitimate fight, but if we're on the street and it's a street motherfucker and I get into a fight and he beats me up, I'm coming back because I'm a sore loser. I'm ignorant in some ways, and I don't always make the smartest choices, but I am the type that if you beat me up in the street, fist to fist, fair and square, don't let me catch you otherwise, because I will stab you. I will try and do something else because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still I'm a sour motherfucker like that. And it's
So
sad to
and
say,
and
but
then
I am
I'm
now.
the same way. I'm the same way, but what it takes to trigger me to get there at 40 years old is way different than at say 28 years old.
It don't
Like,
take me much, bro. I
you
hate to
know,
admit it, but it don't take
well,
me much.
well, you might ask my wife and she might tell you it doesn't take me much either, but to me it seems like a lot further than it was. And
Right, I did.
but I do try to think about it first, because what's it worth at these days for me? Back when I was acting a fool, I really had nothing to lose. So I
Right.
do feel like in my life right now, I've got more to lose than ever. And so
Right.
that does trigger a thought before a response, where before it would just be a response before a thought. So,
Right. And I hear
so
that.
it's just, you know what I mean? But it just depends on the level of disrespect too. Like,
Oh yeah,
some
definitely.
things are an absolute no-go, no matter what. And it's just, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, it's
Yep.
time to go to jail.
Yeah.
But then there's other things where it's like, okay, maybe I can, as a man, let that slide, and that's okay. Like, before, it would be as petty as looking at me, you know, and
Right.
I do think that's dumb these days. I remember jumping out on a fool that I thought was staring at me, dog, and I went and I pressed this fool, and I straight up was like, "What's good, dog? What's going down?" And this fool and we were just sitting. I was sitting in my car. He's sitting in his car, and I'm getting like tripped out. Like, why does this fool keep staring at me? What the fuck's going down?
Yeah.
And I ran over and I pressed him, dog. And he did not. He's like, "Dog, I didn't even know you were sitting there." And you know what? Like, it
Was that
put
an
me in
eye
such.
opener for you?
It was an eye opener. You know why though? On the other hand, was because if I'm in my car and you come press me and I'm not looking at you, we might fight over that just because you tried to press me. So he didn't even try to fight me for running up on him and pressing him. Like,
Right.
do you see what I'm saying? So like, he was just so fucking shocked and clueless. And for me, it was like, I had already made up my mind that I'm getting out of the car, and whatever happens is it's gonna go down.
Yep.
And when I got over there, I had manifested and made up this whole thing in my head. And then when I pressed him, he still didn't do shit. So he really wasn't on that type of time. If I'm sitting in my car and you walk over and ask me where I'm from or what's good or fuck, I'm gonna tell you to back up. Like,
Right.
hold on, but hey, bro, you're too close to my fucking car door. What the fuck are you talking about, dog? You know? Oh, like, hold on a minute. You know what I mean? Like, you might get burned up right there. Like,
Right.
so it just goes to show, like, it showed me that, wow, like, I could have literally lost a lot of time off of my life for what? And so that was the first time that, and it still feels weird to this day, brother. I'm driving and I feel like someone's looking, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn my head, dog. I'm just gonna turn my head, brother, because
I still haven't learned that, bro.
it could be a casual look. It could be they were looking past me. This dude's like, dude, yeah, I was looking that way, but I wasn't looking. Like, he's like, dude, I was staring off into space, bro. I didn't even know you were there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
hey, I still get I still get kind of active on people, like not as much, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie, not as much. When I got out of prison, yeah, because I still had this like,
yeah, of course,
type of shit, and like I had just coming out at Supermax, you know what I mean? So it's like, yo, I still say it to this day. One of my most famous things I think is like, I got baseball card stats. You can go look me up. This isn't hearsay. You can look me up and see that I had a 10 out of a 10 on violence rated by Arizona DOC. I was a 10 out of a 10 to a danger to society. Literally, that stuff, people. So, like, I carried that with me because I still had this weird mindset, Dirt. So look, so growing up, most of my fights were because I was a white boy who listened to rap in the 90s and the early 2000s. I dressed a certain way, I talked a certain way, and a lot of people that I got into fights with were not black. They were not Mexican. They were white because they felt, I don't know what they were feeling, but a lot of my fights came because of how what I listened to, etc. You know what I mean? So I still have a certain way about me. I might be pretty chilled out. My lady, she knows, like I chill out for the most part, but like there's been there's been there's been a few times where I'm like, you know, I'm ready to pop out on somebody. And
For
and
sure.
I get to a certain point where it's like I really don't care what the outcome is. And I know she hates that shit because sometimes I don't always think on reality. I react on emotion. And that's one of my worst traits is I act on emotion, and I'm an emotional person. And I don't necessarily mean, when I say emotional, I don't necessarily mean like, oh, I'm sad. I'm
Nah, I
a,
got you.
I'm an angry,
Yeah, me too.
emotional person.
Yeah.
I I
Make a split
so I make a
on a
split decision
temporary
on a temporary emotion. Like she said, I make a split
Well,
decision on a temporary emotion, and that's one of my worst traits is that that's how I will react on somebody. You know what I mean? And I'm not opposed. My favorite thing, people don't realize, but my favorite thing is I like slapping people. Like when I see a dude, like I've got legitimate dirt, I've got legitimate in Maricopa County jails. I have legitimate knockouts to where I've slapped somebody, not punched them, slapped them so hard it just knocks them out cold. And I'm not opposed to that type of shit, especially when I went to prison for aggravated assault and the judge tells me, well, Mr. Christopher, the lesson learned today is don't break any bones and don't break anything next time. Just slap them. I took that to heart. And when I went to jail, I was slapping motherfuckers. Like, boom, just fucking knock them out cold. Boom, they lean on the ground like, you know. And so I took that and I took that type of mentality and I went to prison. And then look what happened. 43 days in the prison, I went from a minimum custody yard to a supermax facility because I was so violent. And from then on, I was the same. I've always been like that. I've always been super violent as a kid. For some reason, I had this weird built up anger that to this day, I don't know where it comes from. And I should probably, and my lady and I talk about all the time, I should probably go get some psychological help because it pisses my temper is so bad, Dirt, that I get mad because I'm mad at something that I know I shouldn't be mad at.
yeah.
I'll bend over, and there's been times where we've been literally in Walmart, and she's like, "What are you mad for? Why are you cussing and yelling?" And I'm like, "Because my fucking shoelace came untied, and I'm trying to fucking tie it, and I can't fucking tie it." And she's like, "It's a fucking shoelace, man. Like, what are you getting upset about?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"I
yeah.
don't fucking know, but look, I tried to tie my shoelace right now, and I dropped the shoelace." And I couldn't tie it all the way. And she's like, "What the fuck? Why are you mad about that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm more mad that I'm mad about something that I know I should not be mad about." So I get more mad and angry about something. So I get more mad that I'm mad when I shouldn't be mad. If that makes any sense. That's where I
Yeah,
get.
no, I've been there, and it's taken some time, and sometimes I still get there, and I got a lot of people that I know in a long time that are still there, so it's
Yeah.
very familiar.
You know what scares me the most, Dirt? Is that I'm so used to being locked down, and not just from prison. So like, where I've told you where my mom comes from, right? So like, I was treated like that a lot of times in my life. So to me, being locked down is really nothing. That's why when I got asked a question not too long ago, like, how did you mentally survive Supermax? Well, look, a lot of my life I was grounded and treated like an inmate sometime at times. So to me, that was nothing. So when I pop off at people, and I've had a motherfucker tell me before, like, oh, you want to go to prison for the rest of your life? Yeah. Not that I want to, but I don't mind, homeboy. You know what I mean? I've literally said that type of shit to people. Like, yeah, I don't want to go, but I don't mind. What's up? You know what I mean? Like, and that kind of has
Yeah.
fucked me up. So I'm trying to navigate through that, but I'm also at a point in my life where I'm old enough and I'm like, okay, bro, yo, you need some motherfucking help. Why are you so angry all the goddamn time? Because that's what it comes down to. It comes down to being angry. I don't know what I'm angry about. Maybe it's because, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't grow up with a bad enough life. I feel like you should be more angry than me.
Well,
And I don't really know
again, I
if
can't
you're
really put it
angry.
all out there, but there's some anger a lot of times. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of what I would say is that once you get to a point where you feel like there's more to lose than the situation that makes you upset, then, and again, it's constant failure, it's constant times of
Dirt, I have
losing that.
2 kids, bro. I have 2 kids, and that
You
still
get
don't
to a
stop me.
point where it's like something should be like, ding, this is more important. This is a lot to lose over what. And
Mm-hmm.
so there is certain things that are definitely can trigger the response of losing everything.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
not everything should be a response to lose everything
Facts.
at a certain point, because at a certain point some of the things that we've gathered in our life, rather it's the female in our life or kids or a little bit of savings or maybe just a home, or like for some people it's just a roof over the head, dog. Maybe sometimes it's just a car, sometimes it's
Right.
just, you know what I mean, sometimes it's
Yeah.
just fucking being able to eat more than just the church box and shit,
Yeah.
like fucking, so whatever it is, like at a certain point, like it's just like weighing out anything else, right? We just like,
Yeah.
what is it fucking, for me, I got a lot of weight on that other side of the scale, and I never have before.
Right.
And
I hear that.
so to push that trigger is just at an all-time low of where, like, it weighs on that other side of the scale to make me risk all
Right.
the other shit. Now, at the same time, very 0 to 100,000. So when the weight does hit the scale, it's
Yeah.
typically 100,000 pounds, and it blows the other side out of the water.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
just kind of
definitely.
we're just trying to, we're just all trying to learn the balance, bro, of staying sane. Like, there's so many stressors and so much shit that's overwhelming. I tell people all the time, like, I could never be a YouTube superstar, bro. It's way too overwhelming. I'm like Kurt Cobain, dog. Like, I'm not a someone that can have you walk up to me, bro. I can't have people walk up to me and try and take pictures with me, bro. Like,
Right.
because I don't come from that background, and I might actually hit like I might actually go there. I'm not
You know what's
meant
funny,
to be
Dirk?
someone to take pictures with or to hang out with. I'm someone that just wants to be behind the scenes, help people
Yeah,
if I can,
I'm a
and just keep a
limelight.
real low profile.
I'm a limelight person, Dirt. Hey, so like this is like I've said it a couple of times, but like yo, while I was in Arizona, bro, like do you know how and it's probably a weird type of satisfaction because I've always felt like I'm the famous type, right? When I was in high school, 2 years in a row, I was voted most likely to be famous out of our class. 2 years in a row, my junior and my senior year. And I'm not gonna lie to you. The same adrenaline rush I got from doing dope, I got when this little Hispanic kid came up to me and he was like, yo, like I was in Walgreens. He was like, hey, I know you from somewhere. And I turned around and I was like, probably not, because I'm looking at the age difference, right? I'm like, probably not. And he's like, no, no, no. Like, I know you from somewhere. And there's like three people in front of him. And he's like, I know you from somewhere. And I'm like, nah, probably not, bro. We're, way far apart in age. And he was like, no, but I know you from somewhere. And I was like, okay, well, and I turned around and I bought my cigarettes. And he comes up to me and goes, hey, you're AZ Ruction. And I looked at him, I'm like, well, that depends on who wants to know. He goes, yo, hey, can I get a picture with you? Yo, my fucking whole body turned fucking red. Like I could feel my whole face light up. Like I felt like I was about to pop like a hot cherry. But it wasn't a bad thing. I was like, yo, like this is tight. Yo, I was like, yo, yeah, hey man. I played it cool. I was
Hey,
like, yo,
dog.
hey, bro, you can get a picture with me, bro. And I wish I had him send me the picture because it's lost now. It's probably somewhere on his Instagram or some shit. But right before that, I had three other people in Circle K's be like, yo, hey, are you AZ Ruction? And I trip out because you know me, I'm always fucking like going at somebody or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, all four times I've been recognized, I'm like, well, it depends. Like, who are you? But like he was the first person, and I'm not famous, but it made me feel good. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yo, this little motherfucker wants a picture with me. I was like, hell yeah. And
I can see where
cool.
it's cool. I just at a certain point it would get overwhelming
Of course.
um for me, but
Of course.
I could see that being cool. But
Until it's not.
what I always try to tell a couple of my boys, everyone has to play their position, dog. And
Right.
everyone's position is different. And if people understand the position that they're supposed to play, then more people can actually get to the money faster. Like, I got a lot of homeboys that think they're chiefs. They think that they're big dogs. What I mean
Yeah.
by that is they think that they've, like, in the business world, for instance, they think that they're chiefs.
Right.
They're not entrepreneurs, though. They
They're
cannot think
really
outside of the
Indians.
box.
They're
Every
Indians,
single
actually.
idea, every single idea that they have is someone else's. And
Right.
so, and they would have already got to the money a million times if they would have just played their role. And
Right.
the only reason I'm speaking this is because I know my role. And my role is not the guy, like my role is not fucking Wes Watson. My
Right.
role is not fucking any of these guys that
Right.
is just a fucking figure. My role is my role is very limited on YouTube because I'm
Right.
not looking to pursue it. And so my role is just to throw out a couple things that fuck up the brain and make people think about either their actions
Yeah.
or where they want to go in life.
Definitely.
But in real life, I'm actually a strategist, bro. I'm the guy that designs the map, the blueprint. I put together the layout of the battlefield and how we're going to win the war. I don't have to be frontline soldier because I'm a guy that easily will have the soldiers on the front line for me because I've laid out the plan so strategically that we know that there's no way to lose. So as long as everyone plays their role, we've always got a winning team. So I don't have like so all I'm trying to say is like my goal is in my position is not to be that guy that shakes the hand. I would be more of a Scott Storch role. So Scott Storch made all of Dr. Dre's beats. When you say, "Oh, that's a Dr. Dre beat," no, that's a Scott Storch beat.
Right.
He's the one that produced all those fucking songs for Eminem and Dre and all that shit. But he didn't get any credit. You know what he got? He got fucking millions and millions of dollars.
True that.
And everyone like Dr. Dre and Eminem, they all knew it was Scott Storch. But me and you, we were like, "Oh, that's a Dre beat." Right. You see what I'm saying? So
and
like,
do you remember when the game corrected Eminem, 50 Cent said it's not Scott Torch, it's Scott Storch, motherfucker.
Yeah. But that is so like that really should open up the eyes to people because these guys like Dr. Dre and these guys like fucking whoever, Eminem, they can't even step out of the car. They can't even step out of the car without all these people coming up to him. Scott Storch, celebrities know who he is. But if he was just walking in the fucking Fred Meyer near me and you,
know who he was.
We would have had no fucking clue other than if he would have pulled up in a Bentley, we might have said, "Oh, what's this guy do?"
Yeah, facts, bro. That's
and
real.
So my goal, my position is to be Scott Storch. Never the Eminem or the Dr. Dre, dog.
And that's where you and I come in different. I don't mind the limelight, bro. I had a thing in high school called me and my two best friends. We had it was called Disturbance Factory, and we had T-shirts and DVDs made. So this is right around. If anybody is hip to the skip, then they know what CKY is, right? CKY was before Jackass. Well, we were watching CKY the day it premiered type shit. And in high school, me, my best friend Craig, and then my best friend Jaron, but he went to a private school that his parents owned. But me and Craig, we went to the same high school together, and we were all best friends. And we had Disturbance Factory. It was to the point to where like every single Friday, we would do something crazy. Everybody waited at lunch on Fridays for one of us to do something crazy. Like one time we had a slap competition to where him and I slapped each other the hardest we could for fucking 35 fucking minutes of school. For the lunch. There was one time where they suspended him because he destroyed like $6,000 in bushes because he was doing front flips off of the gym into bushes. And we had DVDs made of this shit. And we sold that shit in high school. So that's where the difference between you and me come in. You're the background guy. I'm the guy. I don't mind. Hey, I might be okay with it right now, and I might not like it in the future. But I'm also the type that doesn't give a fuck if you're fucking knocking on the stall while I'm taking a shit in a fucking grocery store and you're like, "Yo, can I get your autograph?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, you sure as hell can, bro. Let me sign that for you real quick." You know what I mean? Like, and that's the difference because I completely get what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, Scott Storch is just as rich as most of these other motherfuckers. People don't realize that. He is. And then he deals without being in the limelight. So you're the type that wants to make the 500,000 a year and not be recognized. I'm the type that wants to make $500,000 a year, and I don't mind being recognized.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And that's the difference in personalities. Nothing wrong with that
Absolutely.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind that shit. Like, I'm a ham. I've always been a picture person when I was a kid to an adult. You know what I mean? Like, I had, before my teeth got fucked up, Dirt, my mom was just telling me the other day, she's like, we were talking about my drug addiction, and she was like, that really hurt me when your teeth got fucked up. Because people, like the dentist, used to ask my mom to take pictures of my teeth and use them in dental catalogs. My teeth are probably in dental catalogs fucking from the 90s for a lot of different places. Because I had such perfect fucking teeth. And then I did drugs and my teeth got fucked off. Like, my teeth are bad. I'm almost on a liquid diet now. You know what I mean? I'm getting real fucking close to a liquid diet to where I can't really eat anything anymore because my teeth are so bad. But I don't let people see that. People don't realize that, like, I might not smile a lot, but I was also the cheese ball 7 years ago where I would smile just because in pictures, and I would just show my fucking front teeth because I knew I had the most perfect teeth. And I would just do not goofy ass smiles, but if you will, a celebrity smile. Like, I had the smile with teeth that people pay to get done. And now I have probably some of the most fucked off teeth. I have no solid front teeth, bro. All the teeth on my top are almost all gone. I have a couple that are left, but they're still either chipped or cracked or something. But for the most part, I would say about 70% of my teeth are gone.
Yeah. I hear you.
But 10 years ago, I had the most perfect teeth you'd ever see.
Fool had that Saved by the Bell look.
Saved by the Bell look, bro. And, bro, there was a point in time where I went to school. My mom took an hour and a half to do I would have her help me do my hair for like an hour and a half because I was super into Jim Carrey, bro. And I would grow my hair up perfect to where I would do the whole fucking pet detective look. No joke. Goofy ass shit. Because I've always been like one of those weird fashionable kids. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't care. I was that kid that you were like, holy shit, why is he doing his hair like that? Why is he doing his hair like that and wearing Jordans? He's a weird ass fucking kid.
That's funny, dog.
That was me. But my mom didn't buy me Jordans. I didn't get my first pair of Jordans until I was like 12, 13 years old. And that's because I went and mowed lawns for the whole summer just so I could get one pair of shoes. Because my mom couldn't afford to buy those type of shoes.
Yeah, I hear that.
So I feel like that's where you and I are a lot different. You still don't give a fuck about fashion. Me, I'm a fashionable type of motherfucker. I put cologne on before I go to bed, bro. I'm going to bed and I'm putting on fucking $80 cologne.
Nah.
I'm weird like that, bro.
Yeah, I'm weird. Like, if I was rich as fuck, you'd just be like, what the fuck? This for other than my car. Other than my car, you'd be like, oh, what the fuck?
I'm a Maserati and Lamborghini type of dude.
Just get out the car, just looking like fucking just a dirt fucking bag piece of shit.
Not me. See, you're the type of person that get out of a fucking 96 Honda Civic with no rims and shit and be like, yeah, but nobody knows that you got fucking $50 million in the bank.
I keep the car pretty nice usually.
Oh, okay, I hear you.
But I don't. But everything. But I'm just saying, like, now, don't get me wrong here, bro. I've got some nice ass shit. Like I've got all the nice shit, but I prefer to be dirtbag. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I love that
like,
about you, bro.
In order to like sell, you have to present yourself a certain way. Like, you have to, have a good look. So it's
I wish I could be like that, Dirt. I'm not gonna lie. I just told my lady the other day, Bro, we saw this dude walking into Walmart. Okay. He had long ass ratty fucking ponytail. He had a scraggly ass beard and high waters. I looked at my lady. I was like, yo, I wish I could be like that. She's like, what do you mean? And I was like, I wish I did not give a fuck what people think about me. But I've been like this my whole life. My little brothers, both my brothers, we're all 4 years apart. One lives in Hawaii and makes $56 an hour and dresses like he makes fucking $13.50 an hour. My other brother makes $26 an hour and dresses like he makes $13.50 an hour. They don't give a fuck. I make less than both of them and try and dress like I make $100 an hour. If that makes any
Yeah,
sense, I'm a ham.
That's
I don't
weird.
care. As I had somebody tell me before, I'm $100 donut.
That's hilarious.
I've been told I'm like $100 donut. You know what I mean? Like but that's just the difference. And we grew up.
I've got some nice shit put away, bro. I just prefer to be laid back. I like to be in just a you know, like to be fucking just casual.
Hey, Dirt, wait till I get my teeth fixed, bro. I promise you, when you guys see my teeth get fixed, you'll see a complete different side of AZ Ruction. That's a fact. I'm the smiling type that smiles when you don't even need to smile. Once my teeth get fixed, this whole YouTube shit is over with. And I know it sounds bad to say that, like, oh, you're just fucking trying to fucking be this type of way. No, well, that's just how I am. I've been like that my whole life. So once my teeth get fixed, it's over. It's over. I'll be fucking.
That's cool.
I'll never do another live to where you see this picture right here ever. Never again. You'll always see me in actual face all the time. You know how hard it is for me to do videos because I'm trying to cover up my fucking teeth?
I would just embrace it, dog. It's just part of life and what happened. I'm just like, fuck it. Like it just is what it is.
Hey, I try and embrace it. Look at the picture on my fucking thing. He's missing teeth, bro. I tried to embrace it, but I don't know how to say it, how you would describe it, but I'm so maybe self-absorbed. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. I'm so self-absorbed. It's so hard.
Self-conscious.
Yeah, real self-conscious. Like
Yeah.
it's bad, but I also know that like I'm like a super good looking dude. No homo. I'm like a super good looking dude. I just know that I can stay a super good looking dude as long as I don't smile.
This full.
You know
Well,
what I
not
mean?
if you don't grow the beard back, because without the beard, I mean, fucking.
Oh, man, I
I
see
think you
my
need to
lady
get the
likes
beard
the beard.
back.
My lady likes the beard, but I feel like I look better when I'm like, you've seen the picture of me with half a beard and half not.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
look fucking 15 years older when I have the beard.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but I like being 37 and being looking like I'm 25, 26, 27. I like that. And that's the word. That's a bad fucking thing about me is that like, I like that look. I like being old and looking like I'm young as fuck.
I hear you.
I don't know. But
I don't know
hey,
either, dog. My phone's dead. I'm about to
hey,
get
me
off this
too, brother.
bitch.
I
Hey,
was just
this is
about to tell you.
the longest I've ever participated in a YouTube anything. So if you don't see me on YouTube for 2 months, that's
That better not be it, bro.
that's because that's because I was like, holy fuck, dog. I was sitting there thinking about it the next day, like, oh, I fucking YouTubed out, fucking.
Well, I'm so self-absorbed. I'm gonna be like, yo, I appreciate it, Dirt. Hey, I got the longest running live with Dirt. Let's go.
Nah, hey, we had a good one though. Fuck yeah.
Hey, I appreciate you, Dirt. Hey, hit me up. I'll hit you up on the IG too, bro. We need to talk behind the scenes a lot more. You have a lot of knowledge that I would like to learn. So, you know what I
For
mean?
sure, broski. Just hit me up and we'll fucking we'll figure it all out for sure.
All right, definitely, bro. Much love, bro. I appreciate you.
All right, brother.
Hopping
Have a good
on,
night.
dude. You too, bro. Hey,
Bye.
thank you for the chat. Y'all have a good night. Hey, man, you guys are amazing. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't hit the like button or the subscribe button or the bell notification on the way out, please do so. Wesley, much love to you, brother. Everybody else, Thomas Fisk, you my boy, dog. You've been in here for a minute. You always up in you. I've been rocking with you for a minute. Bigfoot, appreciate that. Tequila and talk with Sugar Beard, my lady. I love you, boo. But yeah, everybody knows. Go ahead. Hit that bell notification, subscribe, hit that like button. And to the Florida cats that I mentioned, there's a lot of other good Florida content creators. Salute to you. The other individuals that we have mentioned, no salute to you. But y'all have a good one. I appreciate everybody. Much love. Stay up. Be safe. And AZ love from the Cactus State. Y'all know what it is.